4-1 the brand.
Well, I was browsing through the stations and I found something that I really liked.
It's just a great all-around community station that actually plays a lot of music.
One station, all the news, weather, sports, and...
Why do we work all hours of the night? Head towards challenges instead of turning away. And work together to solve the toughest problems so you can enjoy the little things and all the big moments life has to offer. Tri-State and our family of electric cooperatives. Brighter, stronger, better together.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Kerr Heilbrunn and find out how you can start saving today. It's just another way. We're here to help life go right.
And we'll move to some football.
Yeah. This is my first year at Norris. Last 9 years I was at Cross County in Strasburg, Nebraska. I was head football for 7 and also activities director, so I took 2 years off. I've been head football coach, missed it, and applied for the Norris job and got it. It's been really exciting here the last few weeks, just getting ready for playoffs and stuff, so I kind of made the right decision there. Before that, I'm originally from Dalton, Nebraska. Played at Layton High School, and then was fortunate enough to go up to Shattern State and play some college ball up there. So it's been, I got a lot of ties out to Western Nebraska, and I'm pretty excited to be able to come back out there.
So are you able to harken back to your Western Nebraska days and bring a sense of familiarity to your football team, which I'm guessing not many of those guys have probably been out here all that often, if at all?
No, and it's kind of, like I told them, this is a great opportunity to see the other part of the state. It's a great part of the state. I'm from there, and it's been nice for them, that I have some familiarity with it, and getting them lined up and going to kind of show them some of the sites out there and let them know what Western Nebraska is about.
Let's talk a little bit about last week's game before we dive into your football season as a whole. You get the win over Mount Michael, I think 38-10, the final. Do you think you played good football? Can you play better?
About 2 minutes left in the first half, we kind of started clicking and kind of executing a lot better. First part of the game, execution wasn't there, but we kind of came out and continued to execute to that second half, which really paid off for us. And we were able to capitalize on some things that Mount Michael had. And so, it was a great game by our guys really executing.
7-3 record coming in. It's your losses that really stand out as maybe a barometer that's got you to this point and toughened you up a bit. All 3 of your losses are to teams that are still playing here tonight in quarterfinal action. Bennington and then the top 2 and 3 seeds in this thing behind Scottsbluff and Waverly, the 3 seed, and Scott, the 2 seed. So what's your schedule done to get you ready for a big game like this?
Oh, it's really helped us. We played Bennington. That was our first loss. We did not play with great effort, so that kind of woke us up on making sure we were ready to go with our effort. And then, with Waverly, they play a tough, hard-nosed football, really kind of wore us down in that game, kind of ground on us there, especially in that last drive. So that taught us, we're going to have to kind of clean some things up and get a little bit tougher. And then when you play a team like Scott, our execution killed us. We did not execute very well. We did not finish drives. So in all 3 losses, we really took something from it, and hopefully we can continue to learn from those 3 games and continue winning.
Tell us about your offense a little bit. Quarterback 6'2". You got some big-time, tall, wide receivers. Look good on film. What do you guys like to hang your hat on offense?
Right now we've been spreading the ball out and trying to get, we really try to get the ball to our athletes out in space and really try to make sure we utilize our guys as much as we can. Aiden Order, our quarterback, is a phenomenal athlete, makes great decisions, has a great arm, really can make some strong throws. And then, like you said, our receivers with C.J. Hood, James Carney, Matt Medell, they're very tall receivers, big targets. They can go up and get a ball. So that really helps. But we also got some good running backs. We've got Bryson Schultz, who's been playing a lot for us here lately. We also have Ashton Hausman back again, our 1,000-yard rush from last year. He got injury, so it's nice to have him back and healthy. And then we also got our fullback, Dylan Meyer, who's just a hammer. So we really try to lean on all of our athletes to try to help us out offensively.
You mentioned that Waverly team, a rugged, physical style of football, exactly what you're going to see with this Scottsbluff team. How impressive are they on film?
I tell you what, Scottsbluff is, they have all the right tools. I mean, they're big up front. They're very physical. They go hard to the whistle. They got what I would call nasty motors up front. And then in the backfield is Sebastian and all those guys back there, very good athletes. Good speed, and they're just going to line up and play physical smash-mouth football. And we're going to have to come ready to play, because if we don't, it won't be pretty.
Obviously, you're preparing like Sebastian's going to play. When you watch this guy on film, both sides of the football, I'm guessing he's one of the better kids you've ever probably looked at.
Yes, he is. He's just a playmaker. He's got a strong sense for the ball, and then with his athletic ability, just really accentuates all that, and just you notice him right away on the field, learn from his physical attributes and then just his level of play.
And then I'll get you out of here on this one. We wrap up with Ty Twarling, Norris head coach. Coach, what do you guys have to do, one or two things that are must to win this game?
We have to be tough up front. We got to be able to handle their bigs up front, both sides of the ball. I think that's going to be a huge factor. The second thing is making sure we're tackling well, because Scottsbluff has got some big guys that run tough, run hard. So being toughness up front on the line of ball and just tackling, I think those are two keys that we need to really focus in on.
Ty Twarling, the head coach for Norris. Coach, great to have you out this direction. Welcome back home for tonight. Best of luck in this one, and thanks for the help throughout the week.
Oh, thank you.
We'll come back with more right after this on KNEB.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Family Built Homes. Consumers Cooperative Credit Union. And by Scottsbluff Body and Paint.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver and a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today. Plus, all United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flight. Finally, while visiting Western Nebraska Regional Airport, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
We're back on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show tonight here on KNEB on the Rural Radio Network as we get set for round 2 of the Class B football playoffs. Scottsbluff home to take on the Norris Titans. Pregame coaches' comments with Judd Hall brought to you by The Zone. It's Scottsbluff Screen Printing. Winter sports right around the corner. See Shane Wilson and his staff to be in the zone all season long. Coach, we got an interesting one coming up tonight, obviously, here as we hit the quarterfinals. But let's start with last week. Familiar opponent in round 1. You guys come out, you kind of make quick work of things, and you get the running clock at halftime. Overall, how'd you feel about the way the team played?
Really pleased with how we played on Friday night. Played this time of year, all you're really concerned about is winning the game, whether it's by 1 point or by 50 points. You just want to find a way to win, and our kids were able to do that. So really pleased with the way we performed.
It looked like after that one missed extra point, you kind of wanted to get that point back with the 2-point conversion. That gave you the running clock at halftime, which to me just kind of signaled you're looking to save touches, save hits, save bodies. I mean, this playoff can be a grind. So like even Jacob didn't have to have a heavy workload Friday, so that running clock kind of helped some of those things along pretty easily too.
Yeah, we as a staff, we felt that was very important to try and get the clock moving, get our kids off the field, kids that we're going to hopefully have a long grind of a second season here in the playoffs. So we wanted to try and avoid getting other guys hurt, get some younger kids some reps. So we were able to accomplish a number of goals there on Friday night and move on to the second round.
Coming out of that one, when you and the coaching staff got together, who were the 3 coaches selected captains for this game against Norris?
We selected Nick Mogg again, had a monster game, Josiah Diolis, and Caleb Walker. So 3 guys that performed on both sides of the ball, 3 guys that are going to have to continue to perform on both sides of the ball in order for us to continue to move forward.
We mentioned the 3 captains weekly. Sometimes we fail to make sure we mention Terrence Mokiak's a captain each and every week. 2 weeks ago in the season finale, the guy had 7 tackles along the defensive line. Not a number you see from a D lineman all the time. What's this guy bring to the table each and every week for you?
Terrence, he just has a motor that never stops. He's a kid that always is going to play hard. The kid that's we're able to move around a little bit on defense. Last 3 or 4 weeks probably, he's been getting reps at both nose guard and at defensive end. So when we need a little bit more speed or pass rush stuff, we're able to put him inside at nose guard and get another speed rusher on the edge. Or if we want to go heavy, we can move him back out to the defensive end when we're anticipating runs. So Terrence is a versatile player for us on the defensive side of the ball, and then a guy on offense that we have no problem running behind. So he's very physical at the point of attack, and a kid that really takes pride in knocking guys over. That's always a good problem to have as an offensive lineman. He's a guy that really wants to let you know that you're in the football game when he's coming to block you.
Talking a little rewind from Friday night and the win over Alliance and some of the captain stuff moving forward to this week. We do need to dive in heavily to this Norris team, and we're going to do that right after this when we come back with more on the pregame show on KNEB.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open-concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Next Gen Outfitters, where the adventure begins and the tradition continues. When it comes to an online retailer, this is the new standard in authentic hunt, camp, and shoot. Born from over a century of outdoor experience, your online retailer, Next Gen Outfitters.
We're back on the Platte Valley Company's pregame show tonight here on the Rural Radio Network. Coach, first let's just start with this team. Record right now at 7-3, and the losses have come to 3 teams that are still alive in the postseason. Bennington, and then the 2 and the 3 seeds in Scott and Waverly. What does their schedule, first and foremost, tell you about this team?
It tells us that they're battle tested. They played some of the top teams in Class B this year. They've played some of the top teams in Class B close. And then they've won the games that they're supposed to win.
And I know I asked you this in the post game. We visited about it before we started the interview this morning. Simply put, how good are they?
They're very good. We feel that they're probably one of the best teams that we've played this year. They're good on and actually all 3 phases of the game. They're really good. They have a great kicker that can control the field position. They have an offense that's very multidimensional. Quarterback that's truly a dual threat guy. If you allow him to get outside the pocket, he's a kid that can hurt you with his feet. Or if he's standing in the pocket and you don't get pressure on him, he's a kid that can throw the ball. And then defensively, they're fast and they're physical.
Yep, quarterback 6'2", 185. Looking at some of the highlights from last week, they'll line him up in the pistol. He'll sprint out, throw it, or run it. They lined him up under center, ran a little option, and he busted off, I think, a 65-yard touchdown. So at 6'2", 185, I mean, he's got the build, the height, the frame, and it looks like he's got some breakaway ability also. So, like you mentioned, dual threat. Looks like he's pretty tough.
Very slippery guy too. He's able to move around in the pocket and keep plays alive. So it's going to be a challenge to cover. It's going to be a challenge to come to balance in order to tackle the guy.
You mentioned on the post-game show Friday night some big receivers. C.J. Hood at 6'4", James Carney is 6'5". They both look the part when you're looking at film, and that just that height alone presents a challenge for your secondary.
It does. We're going to have to do some things to be physical with those kids at the line of scrimmage and not allow them to get into their routes. Teams that they've struggled with so far this year have teams that have been physical with their wide receivers and not allowed them to have free releases. So we're going to attempt to be physical with the kids, get into their pass routes by earning it, not just having that free release off the line.
Really feels like it's strength on strength, because what you guys have done well all season and what Coach McLean does a great job of are those blitz packages. If you can get home, advantage Scottsbluff. If you can't, might be advantage Norris, huh?
Yep, that's true. But we feel like we can get pressure with some of our 4-man packages and not have to sell out and bring 5 or 6 guys. So we feel that we have an advantage getting home with 4-man pressure stuff and allowing our other 7 guys to play coverage.
Now, from your perspective, calling plays on the offensive side, what do these guys do well defensively?
They don't make mistakes. They're not a team that's going to gamble. Like I said, they're going to stand there. They're going to do what they do, and they're going to be physical. I think that's a good matchup for us, a team that wants to just stand there and try and read what we're doing. We have some different stuff in our game plan this week to try and confuse them. I think we have some spots where we like matchups along the front 7.
And we'll get Coach Hall out of here on this one. Our key to the game brought to you by Team Auto Center, home of the lifetime warranty, and you get that with every new vehicle purchase at Team Auto. So, Coach, a big physical football team that's played a tough schedule. Their losses are all against teams that still are alive and in action tonight. What's it take to win at home and get to the Class B semis?
I think tonight is going to be a big field possession night. If we're able to have them have a long field all game long, and then we get an opportunity to have a short field, it'll be a big benefit to us. So I think field position and the special teams side of the game tonight is big part of who's going to come out on top.
There you have it from Judd Hall. Round 2 of the Class B playoffs. Kickoff here, Scottsbluff and Norris in just a few moments. Coach, as always, thanks a lot for the time. Look forward to visit after the ball game. Best of luck tonight.
Thank you. We appreciate it.
We'll come back with more right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Winter is upon us, and while safety is an important consideration all year long, there are some auto maintenance and safety checks that are specific to winter driving. To be sure you don't end up a road popsicle, take your vehicle to High Tech Auto and let Terry's team help you get an upper hand on Old Man Winter.
Renewal by Anderson, proud of what we do. At Renewal by Anderson, we are a local family business. Everyone from our office and project management teams to the best installers anywhere works with our owner, Andy Stelflew, to give our clients a red carpet experience every day. We're proud to carry the best windows and patio doors for sure, but most of all, we're proud to help our clients improve their lives at home with a great investment. Contact us today. We'd be proud to earn your business. Renewal by Anderson, proud of what we do.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Car Trumbull Do-It Center, Allo Communications, and by Box Butte General Hospital.
Class B quarterfinal playoff football coverage tonight on 106.9 The Trail. And, of course, many of you watching tonight on KNEB.TV. Chris Cottrell with Mike Holly. Let's get to a check on some starting lineups. Scottsbluff won the toss and deferred, so it will be the Bearcats playing a little defense to open things up this evening. Let's give you their starting defensive unit. Up front, Nick Mogg, a junior, 6'5", 220, has turned into almost an unblockable defensive player along that defensive line of late. Trayton Travnicek, 6 feet tall, 275, a senior. Another senior, a captain, a season-long captain, Terrence Mokiak, 5'11", 235, brings the juice each and every practice and Friday night. In the linebacking core, you'll see a rotation of about 5 guys. I'll mention them all right here. Every one of them, 4 of the 5, I should say, are seniors. Sebastian Hars, 6'3", 225. Josiah Diola, 6 feet, 205. Luke Rohr, 170 and 6 feet tall. Jack Darnell, 6 feet, 185. And the junior in that group is Evan Hegum, 6'2", 215. The secondary will be under some fire tonight at times. The corners, James Bruner, 6'3", 150, a junior. Alex Galindo, 5'7", 145, and a junior. And 2 juniors in the secondary, back deep at the safety spots in Brett Hill and Caden Shoemaker. Starting lineups for Scottsbluff. On the defensive side of the football, brought to you by Western Nebraska Community College. From diplomas to degrees, it's for me. You can always learn more at wncc.edu. Take a look at the starters for this Norris Titans team after a quick timeout. We'll come back, get to that, and opening kickoff right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
At Platte Valley Bank, we understand that you have a busy life, and that means you don't always have time to come to the bank. That's why we offer user-friendly online and mobile banking with features such as iPay, recurring transfers, and mobile deposit. So you can bank how you want, when you want to. Whether you prefer to bank in person, over the phone, or online, Platte Valley Bank makes it easy to take care of your finances.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Dave's Pharmacy in Alliance and Hemingford. Allo Communications. And by White Creation and Building.
Just a few moments away from opening kickoff. Opening kickoff tonight on the trail at KNB.TV. Brought to you by Papa Murphy's Pizza, 2801 Avenue B in Scottsbluff. It's love there at 425 degrees. You know Dan Marshall and his staff do a tremendous job at Papa Murphy's in Scottsbluff. Aiden Order is the signal caller, 6'2", 190. And he can run it, he can throw it. He can run it from under center. He can run it from the shotgun, throw it from the pocket, and he can throw it on the run when he breaks contain and the play starts to break down. He's got some big guys to throw to. C.J. Hood, 6'5", 185. James Carney, 6'5", 200 pounds. One of their leading receivers is 6'1", 180. That's Ethan Schmidt, a senior. Hood, a junior, and Carney, let me double check that. Hood, a junior, and Carney, a junior. And we'll see a couple of different backs at times, Bryson Schultz and Ashton Houseman. We are underway as Caleb Walker boots it to the 1-yard line. Norris on the return with Zane Layden. Layden across the 15. He'll be stopped shy of the 20 by Nick Mogg on the kick coverage team. Unblockable on the defensive line and hard to stop when he's running downfield to cover kicks. Nick Mogg with the opening tackle of the night. Mike Hayes in the barn. Norris has come west. And we're about to see which team's going to move on to the state semis.
It's go time. It's time to tighten up those shoulder pad straps and that chin strap a little bit tighter and be ready to get out there and let her fly. Some of these guys, it's going to be somebody's last game, so get out there and leave it all on the field.
A year ago tonight, it was Ron Colley, so you know what a quarterfinal game could bring.
Yep.
And Norris will come out with a staggered twin set to each side of the formation. Order in the pistol. Steps forward, barks out some signals. Moves up and down each side of the offensive line. Diola shows blitz off the edge. They're going to run speed option. Order tucks it, falls forward across the 20 out to around the 23-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 3 yards on first down for Aiden Order. 190-pound senior sets up a second down and 7. Had a big game last week. Broke off a 65-yard run on an option play from under center. Ran away from the secondary. Sebastian Harsh starting defensively tonight on the sideline. We will see him. And he will be the starting quarterback. Order will come out in the pistol. More traditional look with 2 receivers to each side. They'll bring a man in motion. And on the carry there is Ethan Schmidt. Schmidt up the far sideline, out across the 35 to the 38-yard line to pick up 14 for Ethan Schmidt, a 180-pound senior. A little motion from the slot, and Schmidt has the first down carry for the Norris Titans. Record 7-3. Head coach Ty Twarling from Dalton. So he's from the region, graduated in 1996 from Layton High, and played some college football up at Chadron State College. Snap to Order. Quick toss. Running right, trying to turn the corner is Houseman. And Houseman is dropped. Mogg, Galindo, Diolas out there converging on the stop. No gain for Ashton Houseman. 1,000-yard rusher a season ago. Has been banged up at stretches this year. And the stats we've got for Norris were through just 8 games, and he's up around 600 yards rushing on the season. It'll be second down and 10. They average 212 along the offensive line. They do have a 180-pound right guard. We'll see if Scottsbluff can do some damage there. They're going to roll Order. He's got a man open on the catch. The fullback, Dylan Meyer, inside the Scottsbluff 40. We've got a late flag, tossed it around the 30 of the Bearcats, but Order had some pressure in his face, delivered a ball to Meyer. Line of scrimmage was the 38, so we'll wait for the signal. It'd be a 45-yard gain if the play stands. Is that a face mask?
Yes.
35-yard gain. Sorry, Mike.
Okay.
35-yard gain as Order stands in with the pressure bearing down on him, finds his fullback Meyer.
That was a heck of a throw with the pressure he faced. At first it was amazing that he even got rid of it, but to throw one on the line like that far, that was a impressive throw by Order.
They'll run speed option left, pitch. This time goes to Bryson Schultz, lowers his shoulder on the run, shy of the 10-yard line. Looks like they'll mark him at around the 12. Should be enough to move the chains. A gain of 11 for Bryson Schultz. We've already seen Ashton Hausman, and we'll see Bryson Schultz, kind of a two-headed monster, and that's not even accounting for Meyer, their hammer fullback, who is a thick dude, well put together. They're going to split out.
Yeah, they just use him on the pass routes.
Yeah. Trips right, single back, looks like that's Schultz. Now they'll motion Carney. Straight drop Order. He'll step up, slip to the right, trying to evade some pressure. He'll get rid of the football. Heads up play by Aiden Order. We're going to get a flag for intentional grounding.
Great pressure by Mokiak that time, chasing it down.
Jack Darnell knows what call's coming. They're going to pick the flag up. They will not. Intentional grounding will be the call on the Norris Titans quarterback, Aiden Order. Did a nice job stepping up, then slid out to his right. Coaches at the walkthrough last night, Mike, just kept using the word slippery when it came to the quarterback, Aiden Order.
He is, and that means he's athletic, he's strong, and he's quick, and he can get away from that pressure. That's what makes a guy slippery. So he's got the whole package. Did a nice job of trying to get rid of the ball there. Just got caught for not having a receiver in that area. He was actually making the smartest play he could in that situation for himself. Sometimes they call it, sometimes they don't.
Because if he doesn't get rid of the football, he was going to get tackled for a loss for a sack.
Exactly.
So really, we're looking at 2nd and 10 about either way here.
Yep.
So credit Order for trying to make the heads-up play. Just no one in the vicinity. They have come out and taken a few shots here in the passing game. Trips left. Empty backfield now as Schultz. They will run straight ahead with Order. Splits the seam right down the middle. Well, you got to like that call. Spread everybody out. That's good film study. They clearly saw something they liked with that look. And from the 21 down to the 1, a gain of 20 for Aiden Order on the quarterback keeper. Designed straight ahead run. Just took the snap, foot in the ground, and straight ahead he went.
Yeah, that's spread everybody out so there's nobody else in the backfield, and they got a hat on a hat up front and allowed Order to have a huge hole right up the middle.
9:30 to play. They'll roll Order. Order lost one into the end zone. Coverage by Caden Shoemaker. Intended receiver was Dylan Meyer once again. Ball incomplete. Sets up a 2nd and goal. They'll call it at the 2-yard line. So 2nd and goal from the 2. Heart beating a little bit early, Mike. It feels pretty intense about every snap here.
Oh, it does. And, you know, your best hope now, if you're the Bearcat defense, you've had some good plays on this drive, but you want to do anything you can to shut them down, force them into a field goal situation here. Don't give them 7. Be satisfied with 3.
High formation behind Order under center. The give, I think Order kept, and he falls forward across the goal line for a touchdown. Yep, the quarterback, Aiden Order, just kind of rode his fullback, pulled it, fell forward, got a push from behind, and Norris is on the board with 9:18 to play in the opening quarter as Aiden Order scores on a 2-yard run.
It all comes back to that play where he faced pressure and he hit Meyer on that nice 35-yard pass. That's what got him in business.
Their kicker is Aaron Williams, now 33 of 36 on PAT, so very reliable. And Norris leads 7-0 in the first quarter on the West Coast scoreboard.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home. But not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
Known previously as Angela's Bridal and Boutique in downtown Scottsbluff, now tuxedos and men's formal wear by Angela's. Brought to you by Weborg 21 Center. We are excited to offer you more one-on-one customer service. Whether you need a tux for the wedding, a suit for the office, or you're just ready to step up your everyday fashion. And don't forget our second location. Angela's Boutique is now located at Bianco & Company in downtown Scottsbluff, still empowering women to look and feel their most confident. The same great boutique, now just down the street.
Kick sails just steep enough to get across the goal line and prevent a Bearcat return. We've seen Scottsbluff kick with the touchbacks all year long. Now an opponent going to put Scottsbluff at their own 20-yard line for their initial drive of the night. We expect Norris to hit some plays, score some points tonight. We'll see if they're up to the task here defensively against this power rushing attack led by senior quarterback Sebastian Harsh back in the lineup here tonight. Initial handoff goes to Jacob Krull. Krull gets around the right corner. Gets by one defender out across the 35-yard line. They'll mark him down at the 37. Initial play from scrimmage for Scottsbluff. A 17-yard carry for Jacob Krull. Offensive line, Sam Clarkson, 270-pound senior. Terrence Mokiak, 235, a senior. The centers, Tyler Smith, 205, a junior. And then right guard and right tackle, seniors Creighton Dyke and Joe McLeod, a veteran bunch that Judd Hall calls his best offensive line in his time at Scottsbluff. Harsh on the keep. Looks pretty good, taking it across his own 40, falls forward to the 43, picks up 6 on first down. It'll be second down and 4, ball inside the right hash mark. Norris scored on a 80-yard drive that took up 2:42. They lead 7-0. Double tight end set, wing right. Harsh in the shotgun, takes the snap. They will run right out of the heavy formation. Harsh turns the corner, throws a stiff arm on a defender. He's pushed out of bounds at the Norris 45. A gain of 12 for Harsh. And all things considered, Mike, he looks pretty good.
He does. I mean, he's not limping. He looks strong. He's ran one to the left and ran one to the right, and we'll hope he keeps going as he is so far these first 2 plays. Good gains for him.
2 first downs already on this drive for the Cats. Harsh, ball right hash, puts it in the belly of Jacob Krull, and Scottsbluff is gaining nice yardage on every one of these rushing plays early on tonight. Krull inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 38. And that'll be a gain of 7. Sets up second down and 3. 7-0 lead for Norris early. Cats have it inside the right hash mark. Ball at the Norris 38. Double tight end set. They will keep it with Harsh. Harsh tries to step out of a tackle, and he's going to be gang tackled, shoved down. Order comes up from the secondary to help out on the stop. C.J. Hood from a cornerback spot there as well. Somebody lost a hand warmer. Paul Eden's crew here tonight handling officiating duties. He'll blow his whistle and need to get rid of somebody's hand warmer. So a loss of 3, they're going to call it for Harsh. You don't see that very often, so a good job defensively there from Norris. 3rd down and 6. Cats will stay double tight set. They will keep it on the ground with Jacob Krull, and he'll come up short of the line needed to move the chains, but this looks like 4-down territory for the Cats as it goes from 3rd and 6 to 4th and 2, a 2-yard carry, and Mike, we're going to see the heavy package. Travnicek, Nick Mogg come on now, and a lot of beef.
Yeah, we'll see what Norris, if they're up to the task to stop this heavy package, and you know what's coming.
You pretty much know what's coming. And now we've got, are they going to get Scottsbluff for 12
illegal
out of the
substitution,
huddle?
Yeah.
Wow.
That changes things a little bit.
Sure does. Now, a big-time decision for Judd Hull. He's going to send on the punt team. Wow. I mean, you never know how the play was going to turn out, but the fact you don't get to run it feels like a crusher here on this drive.
Oh, yeah, and it was one of the guys came out of the huddle late over to the sideline, and so there were 12 guys in the huddle, which is illegal.
Second penalty of the night against Scottsbluff. Caleb Walker will punt. End over and kick, and Norris going to field it inside the 5, bringing it out to right around the 15-yard line was Bryson Schultz. And the Norris offense, 1 for 1 so far tonight, drives and touchdowns. The Bearcat defensive unit will look to make some adjustments here with their second time onto the gridiron tonight. Norris leads 7-0, and they'll have it, nose the football at their own 15-yard line. They used 2 different backs in the run game on that opening drive, and Order looked like as advertised on that opening drive.
He did. He looks really solid. Something else to watch for, Chris, I've been kind of following other scores on Twitter, and some of these teams are starting to break out the trick plays this time of year in the old playoff games. So don't be surprised if you see something coming from Norris.
Getting home that time on the sack, Luke Rohr. And a 5-yard loss. Rohr with the sack. Heads-up play by Order late. Knew he was wrapped up, and he went ahead and just tucked that football as more contact was arriving. So they've gotten home and forced a intentional grounding when he got rid of it to avoid a sack. Now they get their first sack, and even on one of his completions early on, he was under some pretty serious pressure. Second down and 15. Order goes under center. They will hand it off. A big block, and on the carry is Schultz. Hopped over a defender and got back out near the original line of scrimmage. A gain of 4 for Bryson Schultz. And this will set up a 3rd down and 11. And Mike, this is strength on strength, this down and distance.
Yeah, and I thought Schultz did a great job of just getting positive yards that time. Looked like we were going to have him bottled up. Hit the hole hard and jumped over a guy, and then we made a nice tackle on him while he was in the air. And, yeah, here it's get that pressure again, just like we have the last couple times. Got to put pressure on him. 1
down lineman is all Scottsbluff has on the field right now. Little trickery this time. They get it to Hausman. Hausman fumbles the football. Alex Galindo falls on it. And the first turnover of the night goes to the Scottsbluff Bearcats. Hausman fumbles. Galindo recovers. And the Cats are in business with great starting field position at the Norris 20-yard line.
That was big.
A big play to get Scottsbluff right back into this thing here in the first quarter. They trail 7-0. Offense takes over. They will go the heavy package. In front of Harsh is Hegem, Mogg, and Travnicek. They will run left. Harsh plows forward. Shoulder pad level got low. He's inside the 15. They'll mark him at the 14 for a gain of 6, and that'll set up 2nd down and 4. Cats in business after the Norris turnover.
Coach Hall's going after a little bit of that defensive will here early with the big boy package.
Now back to a regular double tight end set, wing right. Hand off to Krul. Only carried it 11 times last week. Krul going to be tackled by Meyer, who has over 100 tackles on the season. I think Krul's going to be maybe about a half-yard shy of the first down.
Boy, he was close.
So they'll give him 3, and that'll set up 3rd down and very, very short, less than a yard to go. Harsh in the shotgun, Krul to his left. Double tight set, ball near the right hash mark. Krul. Instead, it's Harsh. Fakes the handoff. Harsh falls forward to the 6-yard line. Give Harsh 5. And that'll set up 1st and goal for Scottsbluff. And here comes the heavy package. Coach Hall at practice last night came up to me and said, after looking at some more film, I really feel good about the heavy package. We might have to use it a little bit more than I was planning on even earlier in the week.
Yeah, well, if it works, no sense in not doing it.
They will run right. Harsh, shy of the goal line, down to around the 2 for a pickup of 3 yards. Under 3.5 minutes to play in the first quarter. I think they've got to be pleased with what they're getting in the running game on all these snaps.
They are. I mean, there's a lot of 5, 6, 7-yard gains.
And you're picking that type of yardage up early. That means great things later in the game. Second down and goal. Heavy formation. Snap to Harsh. Hesitates, and he's across the goal line. And Sebastian Harsh back healthy and in a familiar spot, the end zone. 3:02 to play here in the first quarter. We've had a pair of 2-yard touchdown runs from the quarterbacks, Order and Harsh. And Caleb Walker on to attempt the PAT. Walker this year 45 of 51 on extra points, trying to tie the game up with 3:02 to play in the first quarter. Walker's kick is good. 3:02 to play. Opening quarter, Class B quarterfinal matchup at Bearcat Stadium. All knotted up at 7 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
This chair is way too big. It's perfect for us. This one's tiny. That's because it's mine. Hey, this chair is just right. This bed is way too hard. It's perfect for me. This bed is way too soft. Just what I needed. This bed is just right. So come on over to Leaves Heads.
Chris Cottrell, Mike Holly with you tonight from our Logos broadcast location as Caleb Walker gets a foot into it and sends it across the goal line for a touchback caught there by Zane Layton. And Norris will start at the 20-yard line. Mike, their possessions tonight have started at the 20, the 15, and the 20. If that continues, that's a great recipe for the Bearcats.
Yeah, we need to continue that all night because they have the kind of offense that can hurt you, so you don't want to give them good starting field position. Make them go the distance, man. Every once in a while, you either get a stop or, like last possession, you can get a turnover, and that way you're in business.
Trips left. Singling up out here on the right is C.J. Hood against a much smaller defensive back. They're going to go that direction. What a catch by C.J. Hood. Hauls it in, one-handed grab right around the Scottsbluff 47. And tackled inside the Cats 30 to the 28. What a snag by C.J. Hood.
I thought there was no way he was going to catch that. From up here, that ball looked like it was going to be long. And when you got 6'4", 6'5" receivers, they got a wingspan and reach. And he reached out in front of him and one-handed that sucker, and they're in business now.
52-yard completion. Hood on the outside goes 6'5", and Alex Galindo is 5'7". A mismatch in the height column. Handoff goes to Schultz. Nowhere to go for Bryson Schultz, tackled by Luke Rohr. First to arrive from his inside linebacker spot. A loss of 2. It'll set up second down and 12.
I think the only thing Alex could have done different on that pass play was to tackle him, get pass interference, give him 15 yards, and call it good, because I don't know if there was any way to stop that. That was a heck of a play.
You were right, though. When Galindo and the receiver were around the 50, it looked like the ball was going to be 5 yards overthrown.
Oh, yeah.
Great catch by Hood. They'll go trips left, and they've got another one-on-one matchup with a big receiver out to the left. They're going to go that direction on a jump ball down near the goal line. Incomplete. Coverage on the play by James Bruner. I believe that was Matt Medill, number 9, the intended target. Another big boy in the passing game. Medill is 6'4", 190, so it'll bring up third down and 12. They have not made a field goal, at least on the stats, through 8 games in the few films I'd watched. So you'll wonder if this is 4-down territory here, kind of in no man's land at the 31-yard line. Trips left. Now we're going to get some safety help over the top on Medill, who's being covered up. Little inside middle screen. Oh, and a nice little reverse, but Scottsbluff kind of waiting on it. And Jacob Krull right there to make the tackle. The catch and then the flip. That went to Schultz. And that'll wind up a 3-yard gain to set up 4th down and 7. No, check that, a 5-yard gain, now 4th and 7. And they're going to send on Aaron Williams. Got to watch for a fake here. This is a 43-yard field goal attempt for Williams. We're tied at 7 with 1:41 to play. They'll snap it from the 26. Hard count, snap back. Williams' boot is up and no good. Missed it wide left. Scottsbluff gets the hold after the big pass play of 52 yards on 1st down. Hey, they're going to hit plays, but you've got to move on to the next one in a hurry, and a good job by the Cats.
Yeah, good job of getting off the field there by the Bearcat defense. And, hey, been gaining 4, 5, 6, 7 yards of crack on the running game. Keep the ball away from them, go down, take the lead here.
One of our fine high school sports sponsors is Russell's Automotive. They're your family-owned go-to for all your quality automotive repair needs. Scottsbluff with the football for the 3rd time tonight. We've got a flag from the far side. Maybe a neutral zone infraction.
Yeah, Bearcats are clapping, so looks like something will go their favor. Yep.
5-yard penalty, first flag of the night on Norris. Scottsbluff's been flagged on 2 plays tonight, so 1st and 5 for Harsh at the controls and this Scottsbluff offense. Play action pass. They've got a wide open Jack Darnell. They've also got a wide open Trevor Schwartz. Pushed out of bounds at midfield by Matt Medill. That'll be a pickup of 25 yards. 2 receivers running wide open. Both the tight ends got behind members of the secondary quickly, and Harsh went to Schwartz. They pick up 25. It's 1st and 10 for the Cats. They've got it at midfield on the right hash.
That's what that good running game will do for you, Chris. You start getting those people to cheat up to help stop it, and boom.
They will run the halfback this direction. It's Caleb Walker, and he's met by Dylan Meyer. And Walker picks up a couple. Meyer on the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and 8. We both commented on Meyer, a thick-looking dude. He's got over 100 tackles. And you heard during the pregame show, if you missed it, their coach called him a real thumper.
Oh, yeah. He looks like he's made to go out there and run at people and hit them.
That's what he looks like, made to do that.
Yeah.
Harsh, nowhere to go for Sebastian Harsh. First to arrive defensively, Sam Landgren with some good penetration from the defensive line. Kind of forced Sebastian off his mark. That'll be a loss of 1 and set up 3rd down and 9 now for the Cats.
When's the last time you saw Sebastian have 2 negative rushing plays in the same quarter?
Yeah, not probably the first time ever here tonight. 3rd down and 9. 25 seconds to play in the first quarter. Play action, going to roll. They've got Diolis. Harsh hesitates. He's under pressure. Now he gets out. Rolls left. Got a wide open receiver. Instead, Harsh going to tuck it. I think he got the first down. They're going to mark him out at the 40, and I think he's got it. He had Caleb Walker running wide open down the far side. Tough to spot him with defenders near him. A 1st down run of 9 for Sebastian Harsh. Back, healthy, and the freight train in fine form here early. 11 seconds to play in the quarter, and a big 3rd down conversion for the Bearcats. 11 seconds to play. Harsh wanted to check the play clock. Clock stopped. They will run Harsh straight ahead. Harsh to the 2nd level. Takes 3-4 guys to bring him down. One of the first to arrive defensively was Eden Holt. Harsh picks up 7 on the final play of the first quarter here tonight. We've got a dandy on our hands through the opening 12 minutes. Scottsbluff and Norris tied at 7. We're back with the second quarter right after this on the Rural Radio Network.
Sam Clarkson.
At Elite Physical Therapy, we provide preventative and rehabilitative treatments that maximize function and promote well-being for patients of all ages. With 2 locations in Scottsbluff and Gearing, we offer the convenience of you choosing your location with the same great services no matter where you go. Stop into one of our locations today, in Scottsbluff at 214 West 27th Street or in Gearing at 10th and M Street, and see what Elite Physical Therapy can do for you. Treatment you need and care you deserve. Box Butte General Hospital continues our mission to lead and innovate in healthcare delivery and community wellness. But this isn't just a hospital. This is home to exceptional patient care. This is the greatest place to work, receive care, and practice medicine. This is innovation in action. This is community wellness. This is where specialty clinics fit your needs. This is where a friendly smile, a warm hand, and an empathetic ear exist to care for you. We are Box Butte General Hospital. This is us. Great things are happening here since 1976.
Chris Cottrell, my colleague, glad to have you along tonight. KNEB.TV coverage, radio on 106.9 The Trails. We start the second quarter. Scottsbluff and Norris tied at 7, and the Bearcats are in Norris territory with a second down and short. Harsh straight drop, fires over the middle. He's got Caleb Walker inside the 20, tackled at the 16-yard line. That'll be a gain of 17, and Scottsbluff moving the chains. And Mike, you mentioned it, when the running game's clicking early, and now all of a sudden, first play of the second quarter, the passing game looks on point. This offense could start to really get on a roll.
This has the potential makings of a track meet, just about as good as both offenses are.
Jacob Krull on the carry, coming across the line of scrimmage to make the tackle. First to arrive was Connor Price. The brigade arrived to help him out. And rare you see Jacob Krull tackled for a loss. This one goes back outside the 20 to the 21, a loss of 5 for the outstanding senior running back Jacob Krull. Came into action tonight with over 1,500 yards rushing and 14 touchdowns. Harsh has gobbled up a ton of those rushing touchdowns with 22 himself. Heavy package right now. 2nd and 15. Harsh will run right. And Harsh shoved out of bounds again. Connor Price came across the line, and that'll be a gain of 3 for Harsh and set up a 3rd down and 12 situation now for the Bearcats, who are in field goal range for Caleb Walker if we get to a 4th down.
Looks like it'd be about a 36-yarder from here, so we'll see if we can gain some yards, get a 1st down, or hopefully we'll be in range.
Heavy package, bunch of linemen. They look to run left. It's Harsh. Harsh lowers his shoulder, bulldozes his way. He's got the 1st. Out of bounds inside the 5. Line of scrimmage was the 18. Sebastian picks up 14. 2nd, 3rd down conversion in the running game on this drive from Harsh. 1 from 9, 1 from 12. And the big boy, Mike, he looks like himself.
He does, and that time it looked like he went away from the heavy formation part too. Had all the blockers kind of on the right, he kind of went left and then cut it back to the right and found the yards, found the seam.
Just so tough to tackle. Norris finding that out. A little over a minute gone by. Harsh runs right, untouched across the goal line. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the night. Sebastian Harsh is back, and the Cats have their first lead of the night. 10:52 to play in the first half. Harsh, a 4-yard touchdown run. Just been thinking about this game and this team this week, and just the one word, if I had to label this Bearcat team, like, they're just rugged.
They are.
They're just a rugged bunch of dudes.
They are tough kids and resilient. No matter what happens to them, they just keep coming at you.
Missed extra point, though, from Caleb Walker. 13-7 the lead. The Cats up by 6 with 10:52 to play in the first half on the West Coast scoreboard.
Whether you're watching the game at home with 9 friends or at the stadium with 90,000, we're cheering right alongside you.
Here at Allo, we believe the best fans deserve the best service.
And we believe this is the year.
This is the year. This is the year. And now.
And now is the time.
So never miss a play and experience game day with service provided by Nebraskans for Nebraskans. Switch today and upgrade your football season with fiber internet, TV, and phone from Allo.
Logos in Gearing is the place to get all of your school spirit gear, personalized gifts, and promotional items for your business and employees and banners for any special event. Logos is also the only place to stop for custom screen printing or embroidery. You can even design it yourself on their interactive website. Stop into Logos today. They'll design it, print it, and have it to you in no time. There's no job too big or small for Logos. That's Logos in Gearing.
Another touchback from Caleb Walker. Both teams have gotten a few kickoffs just barely across the goal line. You wonder if a coach would say, just take a step forward to the one so you're not in the end zone when you catch it if we want to look for a return.
Yeah.
I'd take my chances in the return game rather than trying to go 80 yards. Just a half step forward, and he would have been across the goal line, would have been able to run it. They'll go empty, trips right, Twins out to the left. Order, heat coming, fires. He's got a receiver. That's Noah Van Brocklin. And Van Brocklin tackled by Alex Galindo. That'll be a gain of 8 on first down. Sets up second down and 2. Order scored the first touchdown of the night. A little over 2.5 minutes gone by in the game on a 2-yard plunge. Harsh has scored back-to-back touchdowns, and the Cats lead 13-7 with 10:20 to play in the first half. Again, empty backfield, trips left this time. They will run straight ahead. Order slips a tackle. Across the 30, he's got the first down. They'll mark him at the 34, a gain of 6 for Aiden Order. They really looked like they were blitzing straight ahead, if not to get to the quarterback, but to plug that type of running hole right there.
Yeah, and when they go empty, that's the threat you got to watch out for, is quick passing game or order up the middle.
Yet to see Harsh defensively. I believe I don't think we've seen a defensive snap yet, but nice when you can not even have to play Harsh defensively, and you've got Rohr, Hegum, Diolis, and Darnell. That is some serious talent at linebacker.
Yep, that is nice.
I mean, that is big-time talent. This Scottsbluff front seven is flat out insane coming down the stretch this year.
It's fun watching the big boys up front, too. I mean, yeah, the whole...
A low snap. Order picks it up, and he's going to make a play. Good job to find C.J. Hood. Shy of the 40. Pick up a 5 on first on a bad snap. Order heads up, picks it up, finds Hood, who made the amazing one-handed grab earlier down the seam. It'll be second down and 5. I got to say, this feels like a big drive for Norris right now. They really don't seem to have an answer for Scottsbluff's offense at the moment.
No, it's either going to be, all right, we're getting in track meet mode, or, Scottsbluff might go up 2 scores on us.
It feels like they know it, going empty. Mokiak on the pressure. Wide open receiver, got a first down. He slips on the catch that time. Bryson Schultz, running back, lined up as one of the inside receivers, and they take it out to the 49, a gain of 10. Looks like they've maybe just made the decision. We're going to go ahead and spread them out. We know the pressure's going to come. We're going to just trust our quarterback to get rid of the football and find somebody before he gets hit.
He's definitely their playmaker, so he's either going to get rid of it or he's going to run it, or hopefully we can get the pressure to him once in a while and get a sack.
Another empty set. Trips left, 2 receivers right. Cats with Harsh now on the field. Outside linebacker right side. Straight drop Order. It's got James Carney across midfield to the 45. That'll be a gain of 6. And that'll make it second down and 4. Carney, another big target. 6'5", 200 pounds, a junior. Quick little out route. And an easy completion. That was just pitch and catch right there.
Yeah, that's a nice quick passing game. You get rid of it before the pressure gets to you, and tough to stop.
3 down linemen in the game for the Bearcats. Norris inside Scottsbluff territory. 3 receivers right, 2 left, no one in the backfield. Order going to take a shot. Van Brocklin through his hands. Coverage on the play by Alex Galindo. Had safety help over the top from Brett Hill. And it'll be 3rd down and 3 now for Norris. Big down in this football game. 8:51 to play in the first half. Cats lead 13-7. They're going to
see what Coach McLean dials up here for a little pressure. If they go empty again,
well,
find a way to plug that middle.
Meyer just came in the game. It looks like he's going to line up at they've got a tight little trip set to the right. Cats showing blitz up the middle. They run quick little option and combining on the tackle. Mokiak, Travnicek, and Sebastian Harsh. That'll be a loss of 1 for Order, and it'll be 4th down and 4, and it looks like the punt team going to come on now for Norris.
I hope they run that play all night at us.
I
like the 3 guys that we had going at him there to shut that option down.
Rugged. 8:24, clock continues to run. Like you said, a lot of trick plays being run tonight around the state. Got to watch for one. They're going to run it. They're going to run it, try to get wide. There's really nowhere to go, and they're not going to get it. Not going to get it. It was Aaron Williams, the punter. He's caught a few passes this year, so good athlete. Picks up 1. Aaron Williams on the carry from the punter spot, and that really never looked like it was going to have a chance. And great field position for the Bearcats. They'll have it at their own 44-yard line. 8:03 to play, and from a big drive offensively for Norris, this is a huge defensive possession for the Titans. Scottsbluff looking outstanding. Harsh. Pass is going to be just out of reach for Caleb Walker. They go to the air on 1st down. I think that tells you all you need to know about the confidence they have in the running game right now. We'll take a shot on 1st. We feel pretty confident we can just line up and smash mouth it at them if we need to for a couple of downs.
Yeah, you're in the middle of the field here. You got 3 downs to make 10 yards with your running game if you choose to go 4-down territory. So
just 3 penalties total tonight. The lone turnover was a fumble from Norris, picked up by Alex Galindo. Johnny on the spot for the Bearcats, set them up for their first touchdown drive of the night. Harsh has a 2-yard run and a 4-yard run to find pay dirt. He's in the shotgun, ball left hash. Cats lead 13-7. Hand off to Jacob Krull. Krull lowers his shoulder. He'll be tackled shy of the 50. They'll mark him at the 49-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be 3rd down and 6. Jack Darnell came off for a play. I think maybe he had a chin strap issue. He's back on, replacing Evan Hegum. 13-7 lead. Cats in all red tonight. Harsh in the shotgun. Double tight set. And they will run the design. Quarterback keep with Harsh, and he's got the 1st down. Guys lowering their shoulders and helmets, tackling him down around the ankle, still running through into enemy territory across the Norris 45 to the 44. And that'll be a gain of 7 for Harsh. And the Cats have it 1st and 10 at the Norris 44-yard line. Already down to 7 minutes to play in the half. This is a Scottsbluff tempo here for the first quarter and a half. Hand off to Krull. Speaking of tempo, he'll pick it up, lowers shoulder, runs through the defender, making the tackle that time. On the edge was Ethan Schmidt, but Jacob Krull picks up 13. Make it 12. Make it 12 to mark it at the 32-yard line. 1st and 10. Another gain on the ground to move the chains. Cats offense looking pretty good here in the early going. Norris on their heels a bit defensively. Harsh in the gun, 2 tight end set. They'll run power football right with one of the best power runners in the state, Harsh. I think we've got a flag down at around the 25-yard line. The play stands and be another first down. Coach Hall takes the headset off, scratching the head with the hat off, and I think he's going to want an explanation. Thrown in the area of holding. And that's the call against Scottsbluff. Third penalty of the night, whistled against the Bearcats. 3 for 30. And with 6:42 to play, spot foul makes it first down and 12. Cruel to the right of Harsh. Harsh also well over 1,000 yards rushing on the season. Power right with the quarterback, Harsh. Little nifty step out to the right. Stays on his feet, pushed out of bounds at around the 25. Gain of 9. And on second down and 12, when you can just let your quarterback run for 9, or first and 12, all of a sudden, second down and short, really no big deal.
No, it's
this offensive
back ahead
line,
of change, back ahead of the chains. Yeah.
As good as this line is, Mike, and as much as we've talked about them or the coaches, we don't talk about them enough. Hand off to Cruel. Stutter steps, falls forward inside the 20. Tackled at the 19, a gain of 5, and another first down in the running game for the Cats. Clock now at 6:25. Clarkson, Mokiak, Smith, Dyke, and McLeod. I'll be honest, they probably got another 3 or 4 guys that could start on an offensive line for just about anybody else.
Yeah, any of those guys that the heavy package you bring in.
Mog.
You can throw Mog on that side of the ball, yeah.
Travnicek.
Yep.
Pretty insane, the depth along the offensive line, defensive line in the trenches this year for Scottsbluff. We'll keep it right here. A timeout taken by Norris, and this timeout is simply, I think, to
regroup a little bit.
Yeah. Maybe catch their breath.
Yep.
Already getting worn down. Scottsbluff in good shape right now. When you watch this football team as much as we have, or as some people have over the years, and you know the way they like to play, when you see it, you know things are starting to turn against the opponent in a hurry, and you got to imagine Coach Twirling's trying to address it right now.
Oh yeah, and that's Coach Hall's philosophy with that good line that we have, is breaking their will. You just keep hammering it at them and hammering it at them and hammering it at them, and man, pretty soon it gets a little tougher to get back up and keep doing it and keep doing it.
Because as a defensive player, when you know what's coming, and you know they do, and you can't stop it for anything less than 5-6 yards, I mean, it starts to make you just wonder and question if you can actually compete.
Yeah.
Out of the timeout, 2 tight end set. Harsh, he'll run it right. He'll turn the corner. Pushed out of bounds by Dylan Meyer. And looks like they'll put the football maybe just shy of the 15. That'll be a gain of 4. And set up second down and 6.
Looks like Roncalli's got a 13-3 lead over Northwest in the second quarter.
A Scottsbluff win and a Roncalli win would mean a trip to Omaha next week. A Scottsbluff win and a Northwest win would mean a third straight playoff game this year at Bearcat Stadium. Roncalli in the lead behind Jack Dotzler. Harsh takes the snap, hand off to Cruel, runs off tackle left. Dylan Meyer with an attitude. Also there defensively, Cade Baker, a linebacker at 6 feet 195. Another tough cookie, well put together. No gain, and sets up third down. They're going to call it 7. 5:56 to play here in the first half. Heavy package. And the heavy lines up on the right side of the line of scrimmage on the formation. They're going to run that way. Harsh back up the middle on the cutback. Little high step at about the 3, and he walks in for his third rushing touchdown of the night. This one from 16 yards. Harsh has 3. 5:42 to play. And they'll keep the offense out on the field as they'll try and get that point back on the missed PAT. with big number 4 running one way or the other here, and they are in the heavy package. Norris has no answer right now for this formation. Harsh runs left, cuts back right. Did he get? I think he did. Stretched it out across the goal line. Sebastian Harsh on domination mode so far tonight. 5:42 to play in the half. Harsh has all 3 touchdowns. 21-7 Cats on the West Coast scoreboard.
Think a utility vehicle should do more than take you places? So does Kubota. That's why our all-new Sidekick is built to do it all. Climb more. Tow more. Go more. Cross over to more today. Take your Kubota Sidekick home with no money down and 0% financing for 36 months.
Your local Kubota dealer is Sandberg Implement in Gering.
Scottsbluff has scored 21 unanswered points. They lead Norris 21-7 on the return. Layden across the 25, or across the 20 out to the 25-yard line. And I do believe this will be the best starting field position of the night for the Norris Titans. They've shown the ability to hit some big plays in the passing game. They have not shown the ability to even remotely slow down the Scottsbluff rushing attack to this point. And this is an absolute must-have drive, you feel, for Norris. At least it feels that way sitting up here.
Yeah, they don't want to let the Bearcats get away from them, so they need to answer here.
Staggered receivers to the left and right. They motion the back to the left. Order going to spin away from some pressure. Order wants a lead blocker. Order across the 30 to the 35. He'll step out at the 37-yard line. That'll be a gain of 11 and a first down for Norris. 5:27 to play here in the first half. For more than 125 years, Wells Fargo Advisors has created wealth management and investment strategies aimed at achieving their clients' personal financial goals. Call Ryan Windhorst at 632-7561. Together, you'll go far. Sebastian Harsh back healthy, and he's found the end zone 3 times tonight. Scottsbluff in control right now, leading 21-7. Order, empty backfield. Lobs one over the middle. Intended receiver that time was Ashton Hausman, and ball was incomplete. Fell about halfway between the receiver and a defensive back in the secondary. Sets up second and 10.
Looked like Brett Hill was awfully close to getting there for a possible interception on that overthrow. Sliding over from his safety spot to cover that middle. Hausman took it right up to seam, and Order overthrew it a little bit, and Hill just about got where he needed to be.
The danger of Norris going strictly passing game already is if it doesn't work and you let the Cats really start to control time of possession, it's lights out. Order runs it to the 40. Gain of 3 is all, and it'll set up 3rd down and 7 for the Titans.
That's an advantage for the defense if you can somewhat make that offense one-dimensional. You kind of know what's coming. Bearcats are getting to that point right now where the only success in the running game has been Order scrambling around a little bit or a quarterback draw up the middle, and other than that, it's the quick passing game, so you can pretty much have an idea of what you got to be prepared for.
And Scottsbluff will get the football to start the second half as well. 4:43 clock running here. We get late in the first half. Order straight drop. Order has a man, James Carney, and I believe that's going to be enough to move the chains. Harsh was there defending, coming across the field. Krull came up to help out on the tackle. Needed 7. Got 8. That'll move them for the Norris Titans on a big drive here for the visitors from back east. They stayed in Sydney last night, so came most of the way. believe they went to Cabela's this morning, visited Chimney Rock. That's Coach Twarley trying to show his kids a little bit of western Nebraska along the way on this trip out for quarterfinal football. Deola showing pressure off the right edge. They fire it, and the pass is caught. Caden Shoemaker, first man to arrive. Big blast from Nick Mogg.
Great job by the Bearcat defenders continuing to run to the ball. Caden had great position and held him up for a very minimal gain, and then the rest of the Bearcats got over there like Mogg and some of those guys that finish it off.
I think that was Van Brocklin on the 1-yard catch. I couldn't see the number. Noah Van Brocklin, just a gain of 1. It's 2nd down and 9. They do have a back in the backfield, Order in the pistol. They show pressure, setting up a little screen. Nothing doing. Well read by the Cats defensively. Travnicek smelled it. Also with his nose working well that time was Mogg, and Galindo hustled up from the cornerback spot. Sets up 3rd down and 9. I love this look, Mike. 1 D lineman on the field, and that's Mogg. Everybody else will just be standing up defensively. Basically 10 guys that can defend the pass if need be.
And can rush the passer as well.
Yeah. Probably 5 or 6 guys that can put the heat on the quarterback. And they're walking up the backers to the line of scrimmage. That's an imposing look from the Cats. Straight drop Order. Another screen. Order rolls right. Head downfield. And he's drilled by Deolis as Order got near the sideline. Big stick from Josiah Deolis, who's playing the best football of his career in the last month. Ball incomplete, 4th and 9, and with 3:40 to play in the first half, the Cats D holds. They're going to get the football back. We've already seen 1 fake punt from this area of the field. Probably not going to see another right now, as Norris has their backs against the wall before halftime. High punt, spiraling kick. Brett Hill will let it bounce it around the 20, takes a Norris hop inside the 15, and they will mark it right at the 15-yard line. This has been a patented first half, wouldn't you say, Mike?
Oh, great game. That's what you want in a playoff game, and it's all we asked for.
.32 to play. 2nd quarter.
Be nice to get a little something out of this as well.
I think we could see Cruel get to an edge and bust off a long one with what Harsh has been doing in the interior. They will run Cruel right, looks for the cutback run. Medill there defensively, and they were waiting on the edge. And Cruel stopped for a 5-yard gain. I thought I could channel my inner Busby call from last year, remember?
Yeah.
We had a good one.
Yeah, it looks like Josiah Deolis is coming out.
He was limping coming across from the far sideline after he hit the quarterback on that final play of that drive for Norris. Harsh in the shotgun. Double tight set. They fake the give to Cruel. It's the big boy. Rolling across the 25 out to the 27. He gained 7.
Sam Clarkson knocking a defender all the way to the ground again, helping him up. Sam is eating people alive out there right now.
Committed earlier this week to Division II national power, Northwest Missouri State. He'll join forces with his older brother Austin next year for a year on campus. Tremendous achievement, and happy for the Clarkson family. Mama's happy. She went to Northwest Missouri State. Cruel slips at the line of scrimmage, and he'll be stopped for no gain. It's 2nd down and 10. Under 2 minutes and 30 seconds to play in the half. Scottsbluff with a vintage half of football. An early score for the Titans. The defense has tightened up, and the offense has been humming since early. Hand off to Cruel. Cruel again slips coming right on the outside run near the numbers. Picks up a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 8. Deolis coming back onto the field. Hegum comes off. Third down and 8 for Scottsbluff. Late in the opening half, they lead 21-7 here at Bearcat Stadium. Ball on the right hash mark. Snap to Harsh. Fakes the handoff. Kind of bobbled it, Harsh. Churning out yards across the 35. Looks like they'll mark it at the 35, and that'll make it 4th and 1. I looked at you, and you were already looking at me.
Looking at me like, you know what? The way your defense is playing, I don't know. It could be a good place to go for it. I guess how confident are you in your defense?
Well,
and how confident are you in your offense?
I think they're confident.
They're looking
both.
pretty confident.
This could be the no play. Hard count. They flipped the formation to the left, and they got him to jump.
Oh, come
no
on,
flag.
come on.
No flag. Yeah, this will be no play. They worked on it. They worked on it yesterday. As soon as Harsh walked up under center, you knew the timeout was coming. And Coach Hall takes it. And now I think the real decision comes. Looks like the punt team's coming on. You're up 21-7. If you don't get it, you give a talented kid like Order and his receivers a chance to take some shots. I think this is the prudent move, don't you?
Yeah, it is. It's the right move. It's also, you look at the.
It's hard to say let's punt.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the right move.
It's the right move.
The right move. You love the confidence of the Bearcat offense, and you know they could probably get it, but there's that 1% chance you don't. And then just like you said, you're giving them a short field with talented people. Why make them go 70 instead of 35?
Caleb Walker, line drive, spiraling kick, beauty on the punt, bounces at the 21. Caden Shoemaker downs it at the 20. That'll be a 50-yard punt for Caleb Walker.
Maybe he should go to Nebraska and punt.
You said it.
I don't think I've seen a 50-yard punt out of the Huskers yet this year.
Got to be tough to look at Sebastian and Sam Clarkson and say, I want to punt on 4th and 1, but I think we're in agreement.
That was the right move, especially after that punt now. They're a long ways away from pay dirt, 81 yards or 79 yards.
Norris will not pack it in here late. 5 wide. Trips left. We're going to get a timeout taken by Coach McLean and this defense. Listening to Jake McLean last night at the walkthrough, Mike, was a real eye-opener in attention to detail. I mean, every formation Norris has, he knew how many plays, or they knew what type of plays they'd run, how many they'd run, down and distance, formation. Coach McLean is dialed in. He's got the pulse of his opponent like really, nothing I've ever seen.
Well, that's great, and we're fortunate to have him. And, he's able to not only know that himself, but he's able to teach that to his kids. And they're able to go out there and not have to think about all that stuff, but he can re-emphasize it, and they can just go out and play hard and know pretty much what's coming, which it's a big benefit when you don't have to think a lot. You can just go play hard.
He told me it all starts with the quarterback, and having played quarterback, he's got a good feeling for what quarterbacks don't want to deal with, and he plays to that strength.
Yep.
49 seconds to play in the first half. 21-7 lead for the Cats over the Norris Titans. 1-8 in this Class B quarterfinal matchup at Bearcat Stadium. They will hand off underneath. This one goes to Schultz. Schultz stepped out of a tackle of Sebastian Harsh, dives forward to around the 28. That'll be a gain of 6 yards. And just with that play call alone, it looks like Norris might be content to. We've got a man down now, a Norris Titan down far side. He's up and to his feet.
Yeah, it looked like somebody hit the chain man or the chain marker over there. I saw the chain man go down too, Chris, but he's back up.
Ethan Schmidt kind of reaching behind, grabbing the lower right side of his back, but on his feet. I think he's no worse for the wear. He's good to go. So it'll be second down. Yeah, now they've got some confusion. The line of scrimmage chain holder started to move up the field. Now they've got everybody back in the spot they need them. Second down and about 3. Scoreboard says 1, but it's second down and 3. Looking across to the far side. 27 seconds to play in the half. Scottsbluff in front, 21-7. Cats will get the football to start the second half. Cruel carrying on a conversation out here on the slot with James Carney. You just see they're talking with the way their helmets are moving. Carney better be ready because Cruel likes to talk. 2nd and 3. Order takes the snap. Empty backfield. Order.
Uh-oh, he got hung up here.
Goes down the middle. Alex Galindo knocks that ball away from the intended target, C.J. Hood.
I'm sorry, I was watching this route here. The guy that Cruel was guarding, Carney, ran a down, out, and down, the old chair pattern, and Cruel got caught up in the trash of the guy coming in. And if Order would have seen that, we'd have had a wide open receiver down our sideline. So hopefully they don't come back to that one. Or Cruel gets over the top of that trash and he's able to be right there.
On the intended target, good job by Galindo to work underneath the route, get a hand in, and knock it down. 3rd down and 3, 22 seconds. Handoff comes to Schultz. He'll have the first across the 40, shoved out of bounds at the 42, a gain of 13 for Bryson Schultz.
You mean I'm supposed to watch the ball, Chris, not all the other stuff going on out there?
That's great. I got the ball.
Okay.
I know you've been keeping an eye on this line tonight.
Yeah, I've been watching Sam pulling people up off the ground after he knocks them into it.
His highlight film is out. I mean, just insane what he does to defensive linemen. Trips to the right, 2 receivers left, empty backfield. Roar comes off the edge. Order slips away. Order, he's got Harsh, and Sebastian Harsh forced Order into just getting rid of it.
There was a little glimpse of that slippery. You know, he can move sideways really quick, and that's probably a good definition of slippery as well. And then got outside the pocket, and then here comes big Sebastian, and he didn't want to take his chances, so figured I'll live to see the next down and throw this one away.
Pretty smart kid.
Yeah, he is. Tell you what, he I believe has ties to out west too.
He does.
I think he's got a lot of Baird family.
Sam Serta, the manager over at Panhandle Auto, I believe Sam's wife is Order's aunt. And our salesperson, Adam Ostick, is his cousin. Order, under pressure, steps up, he's sacked. 2nd sack tonight for Luke Rohr. Another guy we don't talk enough about. Luke Rohr is a tremendous football player, and he sacks Ordered in the first half. A great half of football for the homestanding Scottsbluff Bearcats as they lead 21-7 in this Class B quarterfinal matchup here at home against the Norris Titans. Cats score 3 times, 21 unanswered points after Order got in the end zone early to start the game for Norris.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Kerr Heilbrunn and find out how you can start saving today. It's just another way. We're here to help life go right.
Did the extreme weather this summer do damage to your home? Call Roofing Plus today. Let Luke Shaneman and his team get your home back and family back to normal. Licensed and insured, call Roofing Plus today and Luke will get you scheduled for your free and easy inspection and see if you qualify for a new roof, siding, or gutters. The Roofing Plus team can be there in days, not months. Call Roofing Plus today, 308-440-6387.
Chris Cottrell and Mike Holly, glad to have you watching or listening tonight. KNEB.TV, 106.9 The Trail, and online streaming at KNEB.com. Let's get to our scoring recap. Scottsbluff leading 21-7. It all started with 9:18 to play in the ball game as Aiden Order led an 80-yard drive. Had a big pass play to Dylan Meyer. And Order had a nice direct sprint straight ahead on a design quarterback keep that got him inside the 5-yard line. Order eventually a 2-yard touchdown run, and the PAT made it 7-0 Norris with 9:18 to play in the first quarter. Scottsbluff really started to get the offense in gear late. Harsh scored. This came after a Norris fumble. They forced a Scottsbluff punt and then fumbled the football. The Cats took over at the Norris 20. And Harsh capped off a short drive with a 2-yard run. Harsh has capped off a few drives with 10:52 to play in the second quarter. Harsh with a 4-yard touchdown run. Caleb Walker did miss the PAT, and that made it 13-7. 5:42 to play. Harsh a 16-yard touchdown run, and for good measure, he took it in on the 2-point conversion carry as they got that point back, missed on the earlier PAT, and that made it 21-7. Both teams had a couple of shots late in the first half. Nobody could get much done, and that's where we're at right now at halftime. Scottsbluff on top of Norris by the score of 21-7. We'll get a look at some halftime numbers with Mike here in just a few minutes. We'll also try and track down some scores from around the state. We knew earlier that Roncalli was leading at Northwest 13-7 in the second quarter. I want to tell you about something great going on at Monument Physical Therapy. They really can keep your athlete in the game. They offer the Bumps and Bruises program. What is that? That's one free consultation and one free follow-up for all area athletes. Monument Physical Therapy in Gearing and Morrill. 21-7, Scottsbluff in the lead and in control right now at halftime here on the West Coast Scoreboard.
Hey, I've been hanging out here a long time outside of Panhandle Auto Group, and boy, do they have a great selection of vehicles.
And their sales team is great to work with, and you can also get your vehicle serviced and detailed too.
Welcome to Panhandle Auto. This is Sam Serta, General Sales Manager. It's been our pleasure to serve you for the past 2 years. At Panhandle Auto, we have a seat for everybody. Whether you need a vehicle for yourself, a son, or daughter, our team will go above and beyond to satisfy your needs and even your dreams. So again, thank you from Sam Serta, General Sales Manager at Panhandle Auto, for allowing us to earn your business. At Panhandle Auto,
it's time for something different.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
There's a place where folks still play with fire. The common ground between backyard barbecue heroes and professional chefs. This is where friendships are forged, fire and flavor come together, and new techniques are perfected. Here in Big Green Egg Country, cooking is still treated as an art form. And since the most versatile grill you'll ever own comes with a lifetime warranty, you'll always have the ultimate cooking experience.
Visit the experts at Paul Reed Construction, your authorized Big Green Egg dealer.
Christmas is in the air at Compliments for you and your home. Come in today to see all the Christmas decor you'll need to help brighten up your house, from tree decorations to carolers and Santas. We also have beautiful and original ladies' fashions for the holiday season, which appeal to women of all ages and sizes. And for the cold nights, bundle up in some coffee shop clothing. Compliments for you and your home. 1708 Broadway, downtown Scottsbluff.
Chris Cottrell, my colleague tonight from our Logos broadcast location here at the press box at Bearcat Stadium. Stop into Logos, and the guys will custom design it, print it, and have it ready for the game. No job too big or small for Jeremy and his staff at Logos. That's in downtown Gering. I'll get to Mike with the first half stats here in just a moment, but looking at Twitter, we've got all three of these Class B games right here back to back to back. So quickly, scores from Class B in these quarterfinals. Right now, late second quarter, it's Roncalli up 20-10 at Northwest. That game late second quarter. Waverly in control against Hastings 28-7 at halftime. Looks like Waverly's rushed for 308 yards at halftime already. And really no issues elsewhere for Scott. Where did that score go? 27-7, looking at Stu's Twitter account. Scott leads with 1 second to play in the half, 27-7 over Bennington. So the chalk in 2 of the 3 games in that Northwest Roncalli game, a 4-5, and it's Roncalli leading. Again, a Bearcat win and a Roncalli win. We get an epic rematch next Friday night, 6 hours away. So while we might like to be at home, if things work out well tonight, it's hard to argue if we get a Scottsbluff Roncalli game next week. Still work to do, though, over the final 24 minutes of game action. Right now, I'll turn it over to Mike for a check on stats, brought to you by Arby's. They're the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming.
Norris has 87 yards rushing on 18 carries. And Order in the passing game was 9 for 18 for 130 yards. So 217 total yards for the Titans at halftime. Scottsbluff, on the other hand, has 216 total yards at halftime. So not very often the Bearcats get out-yarded in a half, but Bearcats do have 174 yards on 31 carries, and we have 42 yards passing. So leading the way rushing, Sebastian Harsh has 20 carries for 127 yards. Jacob Krull has 11 carries for 45 yards, and Caleb Walker has 1 carry for 2 yards. So that's your 31 carries for 174. And then Harsh is 2 for 3 in the passing game for 42 yards. One of those was to Walker for 17. The other was to Trevor Shorts for 25. So 216 for the Bearcats, 217 for the Titans. It's a pretty even ball game, stat-wise.
Stat-wise, even. The turnover was huge.
It was. It was. It gave the Bearcats a short field and allowed them to get down there and kind of stay in it. It was a little shaky there when Norris goes down and scores their first drive, and we didn't show that we had an answer for him at that point in time, but we've settled in and got some pressure on the quarterback and figured out that when he goes empty, he'll likely run it. And Coach McLean's done a good job of conveying what needs to be done out there to his defense, and they've slowed him down.
Order's a ball player.
Yes, he is. There's no doubt about that.
Right now at halftime, again, that check on stats brought to you by Arby's. They are the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Family Built Homes. Consumers Cooperative Credit Union. And by Scottsbluff Body and Paint.
Are you ready to join the celebration? Then what are you waiting for? Switch to Viero today and find out exactly why we're better. More towers than the competition. Convenient stores in your neighborhood. Friendly, helpful customer service, and top phones at excellent values, such as the iPhone XR for free. That's right, Get a free iPhone XR when you purchase any other iPhone of equal or greater value. Viera Wireless, your better choice for wireless service.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Back on KNEB.TV tonight. Radio on 106.9 The Trail. Just got an update. We were trying to give you the family tie-in, and I botched it. Talking about Sam Surt at Panhandle Auto here in town. The quarterback aid in order is Sam's sister's son. So old buddy of the station, Steve Flower, giving us the update on that. So appreciate Steve checking in with the facts as we get things straightened out there. So speaking of straightening things out, Norris going to have to get things straightened out as they are exiting the locker room right now, coming back to their sideline, trailing 21-7, and it's going to be Scottsbluff football to start things out once we get the third quarter underway. A vintage half for the Bearcats. Turnover free. Did give up the one early score, but then really locked down Norris defensively, and after an early punt, Scottsbluff offense really got going. Maybe not in the big play category, but just the old Scottsbluff ground and pound, 4, 5, 6 in a cloud of dust, toss one in for 10-15, and really moving the chains and wearing this Norris Titans defense down. And, defensively, they needed the break at halftime, but can they get something done here early in the second half against this Bearcat defense to breathe a little life into that visiting sideline? I'll say this, the Norris fan base traveled tremendously here tonight. We've seen teams much closer to Scottsbluff here in the region bring far fewer people on the visiting sidelines. So tip of the cap to the Norris fan base for making the drive out and being a part of the festivities here tonight at Bearcat Stadium. Pretty impressive showing across the way. We'll take another timeout. We'll get to the second half. When we come back, it's Scottsbluff 21-7.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Exceptional care, right here at home. That's the mission of Morrill County Community Hospital. Morrill County Community Hospital is a 20-bed critical access hospital that owns and operates clinics throughout Bridgeport, including specialty outreach clinics and Morrill County Home Health Clinic, as well as Chimney Rock Medical Center, located in Bayard. Our dedicated team is committed to you and our community every time at Morrill County Community Hospital, Bridgeport, Nebraska.
Winter is upon us, and while safety is an important consideration all year long, there are some auto maintenance and safety checks that are specific to winter driving. To be sure you don't end up a road popsicle, take your vehicle to High Tech Auto and let Terry's team help you get an upper hand on Old Man Winter.
Well, an excellent first half of football for Scottsbluff. Josiah Neolis, a little gimpy down around the sideline track area right now. Came off, hobbled on a defensive play when he pressured the quarterback on the far sideline late in the first half. We saw him leave the field pretty quickly on the next offensive drive, and he's testing it out right now. Able to run straight ahead pretty good, but you can tell he's got a little hitch in the giddy up, and my goodness, what a second half of the year Deolis has had. He has turned into just a lights-out defender, and they're going to have him at full speed moving forward tonight and the rest of the way this year, so hopefully he's okay.
Yeah, he helps make that offense click, too, from that up fullback position. And, yeah, I don't know if he tweaked a hamstring or I don't know for sure what he did when he chased that quarterback down over there, but had great pressure and made a nice hit before he totally got rid of the ball. But, yeah, he hasn't really come back from that yet. He tweaked something.
Doesn't have his helmet either right now. Staying along the guys that practiced last night on the sideline, and a lot of the names we talk about, two guys that just really stand out, Trayton Travnicek and Evan Hegum. These guys are big cats, man, and they're excellent football players, and they don't get the headlines. Just to name a couple, it just shows the depth, the quality of depth that this team has this year. And I'm just, I get more and more impressed with this football team each and every week, Mike.
Yeah, and the guys you mentioned, they're not afraid to get in the weight room and build themselves up a little bit either. So they can play physical, and that's what Coach Hall and Coach McLean like on both sides of the ball, is the ability to go out and come right at people and knock them around and play physical.
Well, talk about a key couple of minutes coming up. Norris going to kick the football away. They've been held scoreless since the 9:18 mark of the opening quarter with all that talent and weaponry on the offensive side. And Scottsbluff going to get it with a 21-7 lead. They won the toss, deferred. And we'll see if Norris has found an answer. Oh, they're going to go with an onside kick. And that ball did. Boy, this would be big. Who fell on it? Scottsbluff able to fall on the onside kick. Creighton Dyke.
Great job of paying attention by Creighton.
A heads-up senior comes up with the onside kick recovery.
Got a special guest here, Chris.
Yeah, Beretta Coates back in town, former KNB part-timer. Knew she was going to be at the football game tonight. Probably enjoying the festivities so far with Scottsbluff rolling 21-7. Sebastian Harsh looks fully healthy, and he's been fully loaded so far tonight. They'll keep it on the ground. His 21st carry, no answer yet. Harsh picks up 9 on a bulldozing run off right guard. I think at some point we'll run out of adjectives. I'm just not sure when that's going to be, Mike.
Yeah, he does something pretty spectacular every game, except last week.
Right. I mean, I'm sure he cheered him on spectacularly.
Yeah.
Double tight end set. Harsh going to hand it to Deolis this time, running left. Deolis has got a crease, and he'll be chopped down at the 36-yard line. That'll be a gain of 9. And looked pretty good that time, at least getting to the hole.
Yeah, he didn't show any signs of a sore hammy or bad leg or anything. He got through there quick and had a really nice gain till, was that Order that put him down?
Yeah, up from his safety spot. 1st and 10 for the Cats, 11:09 to play. Harsh on the keeper. Comes right. Harsh still on his feet. 2 defenders is what it took to bring him down that time. First to arrive, and they're off, and that's Dylan Meyer, over 100 tackles on the season. He's an excellent player as well. Ball inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, a gain of 7 for big number 4. I just can't remember seeing too many better high school football players than Sebastian Harsh, Mike. He's just built differently. He's just excellent.
Yeah, and somebody his size that can run like he can run.
I'll put it in the
a
belly
rare
of
commodity.
Deolis this time. And Josiah gets near the line needed to move the chains. We'll wait on the spot. They are taking a look at it. Wonder if we might actually get a measurement right now. They're eyeballing. I think we're going to get a measurement. That'll give me a quick second to tell you about Melissa Float, your local American National Insurance agent. She offers auto, home, life, business, and farm and ranch insurance. See Melissa Float for your insurance needs. Another thing we haven't touched on, what a lovely night of weather for this quarterfinal matchup tonight. Thanks
for ordering that up, Chris.
I'll
just keep it nice tomorrow and keep the wind down so I can go fishing.
Got a big date planned for a fishing outing?
If the weather is 70 degrees and the wind's less than 20 miles an hour, I'm going to be out there. So not too many days left before the old ice starts forming, so I better get out there.
3rd down and 1 after the measurement. They're short, going to be less than a yard. Jacob Kroll has not been on the field in this offensive set on this drive. Harsh just comes right. Another underrated aspect of Harsh is he picks up yardage inside the 20 down to around the 17. That'll be a gain of 10 on 3rd and short. He's got quick feet, and he's pretty agile in and around traffic as well. He's not, he shows a lot of athleticism with bodies around him.
Quick feet. Does. Yeah, he can make a guy miss. And for somebody that size to be able to do that is pretty great.
10 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. Cats chewing up some yardage here. Handoff comes to Diolis. Diolis tries to bounce out to the left. Chopped down. Aiden Order again from his safety spot. And Diolis again a little slow to get up to his feet. Curious about Jacob Kroll.
I saw Jacob. He's standing down here talking to, I don't know if it's parents or who, right on the fence by the track. And I saw Dr. Friedline kind of over there by him, so I don't know what's going on.
He doesn't have his helmet, and he's definitely just doesn't look like he might be involved in this football game the rest of the way. Snap to Harsh. He's been involved all night. Harsh. Pretty good job defensively that time as Sam Clarkson buried another defensive lineman, and then they give each other a high five as they get up off the turf. Plenty of respect there with him, and I think that is Sam Landgren that he's working on. Harsh picks up a couple is all. It'll be 3rd down and 5. 8:53 to play here in the 3rd. Cats have already taken 3+ off the clock on this opening drive. Norris went with the onside kick, showing a little desperation right out of the locker room. Harsh slams it inside the 5. Line of scrimmage was the 13. Harsh takes it 10 yards to the 3. Had over 120 yards rushing at halftime on 20 carries, showing his health here tonight. He's maybe 1 or 2 more snaps away from his 4th rushing touchdown. Heavy formation. There has been 0 answer tonight from Norris for this. Harsh left, off tackle, into the end zone. 4 touchdowns on the ground tonight for Sebastian Harsh. Scottsbluff bulldozing Norris with the offensive line, the heavy package, and number 4. 8:21 to play in the 3rd quarter, and I think it's fair to wonder at this point if Norris has maybe got their heads spinning a little bit right now because they've just struggled to stop the running game, Mike.
Oh, yeah. They have had no answer for that all night.
Caleb Walker's PAT is good. 8:21 to play in the 3rd quarter. And the Cats have extended their lead to 28-7 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Why do we work all hours of the night? Head towards challenges instead of turning away. And work together to solve the toughest problems so you can enjoy the little things and all the big moments life has to offer. Tri-State and our family of electric cooperatives. Brighter, stronger, better together.
Sometimes events in life are planned. Others, a happy surprise. No matter what life change you're navigating, whether you're getting married or just want a bigger yard for your pup, Find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today. Retirement. A new season in life where you can change how you live it. And something easier, convenient, that feels just right. When it's time, find a home that fits. First National Bank North Platte. Start your mortgage pre-approval today.
Nick Moggs, an animal. Down on kick coverage once again. Stutter stepped a blocker, step left, and dropped the kick returner. And Norris will have it at the 22. How good is Nick Mogg, Mike?
You know, you don't mind not kicking it in the end zone when you got a guy like that going down on coverage, and then you throw him on the defensive line, and he does work, man. He's tough.
I think our word, rugged. That's our word tonight.
Yeah.
Order in the shotgun, pistol we'll call it, and they will fire it. And that is C.J. Hood, who made the best catch we have seen all season long tonight in the first quarter. Right down the seam, right side. Looked like the ball was going to be about 5 yards overthrown. And his 6'5 frame, gain of 7 on first down. Hood just extended his right arm, hauled it in, got it into the body and held on. Just an amazing grab by Hood. 28-7 Cats in complete control. Trips right. They show pressure. They run option towards Harsh. Harsh hits the quarterback, but it's Schultz, and Schultz tackled by Luke Rohr. He's been everywhere tonight as well, and that'll bring the football to the 38 for a gain of 9 yards.
Finally got that pitch on that speed option.
And Sebastian's been working in defensively a little bit more as this game's gone along. So he's not even wearing a full knee brace. It's almost just like a compression sleeve.
Kind of like a sleeve, yeah.
knee. Harsh shows pressure. He'll come off the right edge. Mogg puts some heat on. They get it out to Van Brocklin. Van Brocklin on the catch, able to get his body turned quickly upfield. He's a shifty receiver, and that'll be a gain of 11 to midfield, as Norris has got the ball to the 50. Individually, I like a lot of these kids for Norris.
They've
like
got
some of
some
these
athletes.
skill guys.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch.
They are. They're very athletic and execute well.
1st and 10, ball at midfield, Order in the pistol. Pressure comes, he'll slide right, gets away, Order, and found an open receiver, and that's C.J. Hood. That's just calm under pressure from Aiden Order for a gain of 8 to the 42-yard line. 7:07 to play in the third. Scottsbluff up by 21. Ball will be on the right hash mark. It's been the Sebastian Harsh show along with the offensive line tonight. Line and the heavy package and Harsh have been unstoppable, quite frankly. Trips left, single receiver right. We'll see if they give a little safety shade that direction. They run option right. Pitch to Schultz. He slips the tackle. He's down the far sideline. He's in bounds. That's a touchdown. 10-5 and 6 on the board for Norris. A 42-yard TD scamper for Bryson Schultz. And Norris gets themselves back into it quickly with 6:59 to play in the third quarter. Once he got his cleat in the ground and body straight ahead, I mean, he showed a lot of speed right there.
Yeah, he did. Our pitch responsibility guys aren't getting up there quick enough. We're too deep, and we allowed Schultz to get the ball, get a full head of steam running, and then he just kind of out-quicked us to the sideline, got up the sideline, and we missed an initial tackle, and that was all she wrote.
Missed extra point, will step away. Cats lead 28-13 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Car Trumbull Do-It Center, Allo Communications, and by Box Butte General Hospital.
Hold on to it, Alex. Well, Norris on the kick return. Got to around the 20, and then a late flag. I think Norris might get clipped here for a...
I don't know. There's a little extracurricular, and they took somebody down, and Caleb Walker went over to say, hey. So I think Caleb got the one from Scottsbluff for getting their guy off our guy, but Norris did initially. Officials did a good job and called both, so they're going to offset and leave the ball where it is. Good job of officiating.
Yeah, I missed it. I just saw the flag thrown and the Norris guys grabbing their guy away from where the contact was.
Yeah, one of their guys, he put a kind of a cheap one on our guys, and Caleb Walker said, get off, get out. Kind of pushed him back away from that situation. And, the way Caleb went about it was probably a penalty too, but he wasn't going to allow that to happen to his teammate.
Harsh comes right, off tackle, spins, falls. Tackled on the play that time by Peyton Deeds, and Harsh picks up 4. Sebastian Mike is going to wind up with 35 carries tonight. The rate he's going.
Dance with who brung you, right? Yeah,
I would.
Yeah, he and especially if Krul's out, we might need him to have 35 carries.
They are loading the box. Harsh runs right. I just think after a while you don't want to tackle him anymore. He picks up 5. It'll be 3rd down and 1. 2 carries, 9 yards on this drive. 4 rushing touchdowns. He's up to 26 of those on the season. He's got well over 1,300 yards rushing now on the night with tonight's numbers mixed in. Came in with 1174. Double tight set. Harsh takes the snap. Got the first down. Scottsbluff football at its finest. 3 in a cloud of dust. Move the chains. Clock continues to run. They lead 28-13 after the touchdown run from Schultz moments ago that covered 42 yards. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cats. Ball right hash mark. Up by 15. And with it with 6:03 to play. It'll be under 6 minutes by the time the ball snaps. They've got 9 in the box right now. Hand off to Diolis to the second level. Skips to his right and falls for a gain of 9 across the 40. Evan Hegum limping back to the offensive huddle for Scottsbluff. So Hegum's kind of come in and taken that spot that Diolis normally plays, that really tight offset fullback. And now it's Josiah being the featured ball carrier.
And it looks like he's rising to the occasion, Chris. He's had some really nice runs out of that lead back spot.
And he's not 100%.
Yeah.
Sebastian Harsh is 100%, and he's out to the 49, maybe the 50-yard line. That'll be a gain of 9 on 2nd down and 1. Sebastian Harsh suffered what appeared to be a really bad knee injury 2 weeks ago down at McCook. Missed over a half of that football game. Sat last week the entire way. Was in street clothes. Able to practice little by little. Picked up the workload this week. And looks 100% here tonight. Just tremendous news and performance. Hand off to Diolis. Diolis bowling balls his way inside the Norris 40 to the 38. A gain of 13 for Josiah Diolis, who's running with a purpose. And he's doing it a lot right now on just guts and toughness and adrenaline.
Yeah, and again, who does it come back to, Chris? I'd say the offensive line. Look at the holes Josiah has to run through, and he is hitting them hard and busting through it.
That was behind Smith and Mokiak and Clarkson. Good dudes to run behind. 1st and 10, 4:40 to play in the quarter. They fake it, and it's Harsh. Harsh dives the football forward to around the 35. It'll be a gain of 4.
That time Mokiak got to pick somebody up off the ground.
You just keep your eyeballs on the big hog mollies up front.
Oh, man.
Terrence is an animal.
Yeah, I like to see our O-linemen picking up bodies.
I think he's got a snap on the chin strap. He's going to be angry at the world. He's got to come off the field. Ben Treffer, the assistant, he knows that we got to get this fixed to get this guy back in the game.
Yeah,
Look at
I've seen cases like this where a senior goes up to a younger underclassman and says, "Give me your helmet." And whether it fits or not, I'm going back in.
Terrence does not like to be off the field.
No.
2nd and 6. Scottsbluff again with this Norris defense reeling. It's hard. She just runs over a defensive back. Taking the blow that time was Peyton Deeds. Sebastian just gets up, walks right by him, and sort of flexes along the way.
What was that, about 15?
14.
That's about 15, right?
Yeah, you're right, about 15. What a performance tonight from this entire football team. Wing left. I guess we should expect that they are the 1 seed in this Class B playoff bracket. Diolas tripped up. First man to arrive defensively that time was Andrew Harvey, and Diolas able to pick up, it looks to be about 4. It'll set up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, and that was a good job by the Titan defense that time, and we still got 4 yards out of it. So that was one of the best jobs they've done of shutting us down.
This is just an old school drive. Harsh, power right, quarterback keep. Again, lowers his shoulder, gets pushed forward by a defender. That was Meyer from the backside. And Harsh tackled at the 19, or checked at the 16, picks up 5. And the clock all the way down now to 2:30 to play in this game. And this comes after a Norris touchdown. So this drive has been pretty crucial and huge for this Bearcat club. Harsh right, steps out of a tackle, and eventually wrapped up. Just couldn't quite get to the edge. That was Deeds on the stop. Harsh tackled at the 13, so a 3-yard gain, but that'll move the chains. It'll be 1st and 10 for Scottsbluff.
And that's what it's all about. Just keep moving those chains. Keep that Titan offense on the sideline over there and keep working that clock.
About a 5-minute drive so far. Scottsbluff looking for their 2nd touchdown of the quarter. Harsh, their typical double tight wing back set. Diolas dancing around, slips to the outside, cuts back middle, on his feet, across the goal line. Josiah Diolas with a big-time 14-yard touchdown run. Guts and heart tonight in the second half for Diolas. Clearly not 100%. Limping a little bit to the sideline. Impressive stuff from another big-time senior.
Josiah had a little slipperiness there, too, as well. He was able to move side to side pretty well.
Josiah Diolas is playing outstanding football the last month, and you might think it's overkill. Everyone we're talking about, we say, is playing great football, but they are. 1:50 to play in the third. Cats with a huge answer after the Norris score. It's 35-13 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Did the extreme weather this summer do damage to your home? Call Roofing Plus today. Let Luke Shaneman and his team get your home back and family back to normal. Licensed and insured, call Roofing Plus today and Luke will get you scheduled for your free and easy inspection and see if you qualify for a new roof, siding, or gutters. The Roofing Plus team can be there in days, not months. Call Roofing Plus today, 308-440-6387.
bounces around the 15. Nick Mogg.
Mogvember, Chris, all over it. Boy, he hit him high, and it's almost like what you call the old John Madden days, the D-cleater. He hit him high, the cleats were off the ground, the kid was on his back, and he wasn't going anywhere else.
Nick Mogg. 1:45 to play in the third quarter.
Nick's like one of those characters you could put on the Longest Yard movie.
He is.
He'd come out and rip your head off.
It's to the point where he was put on earth to do what he's doing, right?
Oh, he is a nice player for the Bearcats.
Man. They are a team chock full of them. Norris is feeling the brunt of it here tonight. Carney on the catch across the 30. Bumped down to bounds by Brett Hill and Jack Darnell down low. And that'll get it out to the 35-yard line for a pickup of 13.
And I tell you what, order will not go away.
No.
He is a competitor. He stands in there calm. He still had pressure. Didn't panic. Threw a nice route. Carney ran a good route. Beat his guy. And I don't know. You can see why Norris is 7-3 and their only losses are to some of the top couple teams in the state. They are solid.
Order, the running backs, the receivers, outstanding. Scottsbluff dominating this game in the trenches. Toss out to the right. Hood makes a defender miss. He's across midfield, tackled at the 45. Hood's something else, too.
How'd you like to have a bunch of those guys, too? I mean, they've got some nice athletes, good receivers.
Gain of 19, Order to Hood. Yeah, I mean.
Good skill people.
They do. This game has been won in the trenches, and that is heavy advantage to the boys in red tonight, but Norris has some guys.
Yes, they do.
We're down to 90 seconds to play in the third quarter. Cats in control, 35-13. Be curious to think or hear what Ty Twarling has to say about this team after the game, having played teams like Scott and Waverly already. Order on the option. Slippery. He's got a first down inside the 30. Still on his feet. Tackled at the 30-yard line. A gain of 16 for Aiden Order. Trayton Travnicek hustling down from his D-line to help clean up Order, who made about 3 or 4 guys miss running off tackle right. They'll go trips left. Shoemaker, the deep safety. We'll see if he gives help on the receiver. They'll flip it out into the flat. Carney on the catch. Carney at the 30. Falls forward across the 25 to the 24. A gain of 6. It'll be second down and 4 now for the Norris Titans. 7-3. Those losses this year. Lost in a shootout to Bennington early in week 3 by 10. Lost a 21-14, had to be a slugfest in a rivalry showdown against Waverly. And then they got taken to the cleaners by Scott, 34-0. Scottsbluff up on them right now, 35-13. Order. 2 backs, 1 to each side. And they will give it to the back off the right side. Schultz, who had the touchdown run earlier, stopped for no gain. Harsh there defensively. Evan Hegum as well. It'll be third down and 4. Ball at the left hash mark. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. 3 in the books, 12 minutes still to go, and that's all that stands between Scottsbluff and a date in the Class B semifinals. 35-13 after 3. Cats up big on the West Coast scoreboard.
Whether you're watching the game at home with 9 friends or at the stadium with 90,000, we're cheering right alongside you.
Here at Allo, we believe the best fans deserve the best service.
And we believe this is the year.
This is the year. This is the year. And now.
And now is the time.
So never miss a play and experience game day with service provided by Nebraskans for Nebraskans. Switch today and upgrade your football season with fiber internet, TV, and phone from Allo.
Are you looking for the perfect place to hold a wedding, family reunion, holiday office party, or business meeting? Well, look no further. The Hampton Inn and Suites Hotel and Conference Center is just the place for you. We're a full-service banquet facility that can host up to 400 of your guests. Stop in and see our spacious open concept meeting rooms and begin planning your special event or family gathering today. Let us do the work for you so you can enjoy your guests. For personal service, stop by the Hampton Inn and Suites front desk.
Start of the fourth quarter, Scottsbluff up 35-13 on the Norris Titans. 1 verse 8 here in this quarterfinal matchup tonight at Bearcat Stadium. Aiden Order, the talented, outstanding quarterback, is going to put one in the air. He's got James Carney. I thought Carney was going to haul one in with one hand that time. Got a little turned around late on the route, and the ball falls incomplete. It'll be 4th down and 4. Carney, 6'5", 200. They got some big guys on the outside.
That was Order's first incomplete pass of the second half. He hit his first 6 passes, Chris, and then that one, thank goodness.
$11:54. 4th down, no choices. An obvious go-for-it situation here for the Norris High Titans. 21-point lead for the Cats. Norris able to do a pretty good job up front. They'll throw one down the middle. Harsh breaks it up. Sebastian Harsh broke it up from his linebacker spot, dropping deep into coverage.
Wow, he got there quick, too. It looked like he was beat, and then there goes that speed. Wow.
Just instincts, man.
Yeah. He's a player.
One of the more instinctive players I think we've ever seen. One of the more talented players we've seen, and easily one of the best. 11:47 to play. What a horse. Hey, Trayston Holly, tell us the story. What's going on tonight with your son, Mike?
They get to play a quarterfinal game at home against undefeated Ashland Greenwood.
Talking about Wayne High.
Wayne High, and because Wayne went on the road last week as the 11 seed, upset number 6 Kearney Catholic, so tonight they get a home game. And it looks like my wife is texting me, and they just went ahead 28-13. And I suppose they're about the same time in the game as we are, fourth quarter or so. So we're hoping they finish the deal and get to play Wahoo in a semifinal game. Those semifinal games are special, man. They're always, you'll remember those forever.
Decide Diolis walked off, walked back on. I wonder if he threw up. James Buck coming over to check him out. He's hunched over at the waist right now. $11:47 to play. Cats get the stop on 4th down, 35-13.
So when your top 2 running backs are out, what do you suppose we're going to see?
12 yards off tackle from a 230-pound bruiser.
Yeah.
And they know it's coming.
Yeah.
And it's also a credit to the O-line again. And at 12 for Harsh. How many carries does he have now, Mike?
Just a minute. I have to get my calculator out.
11:32 to play in the game. 35-13. Scottsbluff.
35 carries at this point.
35 rushing attempts for Sebastian Harsh. Starts left, comes back middle. Harsh to the second level. Bowls over Aiden Order and a second defender. Peyton Deeds has felt the brunt of Harsh here in the second half. And on this carry, 12 more for Harsh on his 36th rushing attempt of the night. I think Josiah Diolis just tapped Coach Hall on the backside and said, "I'm good, man." Cats have got the heavy package out there right now. Mogg and Hegum and Travnicek and the regular offensive line. It is something serious right now with the beat. Harsh runs right across midfield. He's to the 45. Falls forward to the Norris 44-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8. And Harsh is up to 37 rushing attempts in the game.
They held him down there a little bit, Chris. He only got 8.
Yeah. there haven't been the big runs tonight.
No, but it's been anywhere from 5 to 15, just boom.
Consistently.
And he's making people pay when they hit him, too. He's finishing his runs strong, and they're going to be tired of tackling him by the time this night's over.
Handoff to Diolis. Steps out of a tackle. He's going to have enough to move the chains. Needed 2.
Look at that push.
Getting a push from the offensive line. Tyler Smith, Sam Clarkson pushing Josiah from behind. I think for the most part, we've seen a lot of good sportsmanship between both these teams tonight. We had the offsetting personal fouls, but a lot of times guys helping one another up off the field, maybe slapping each other's helmet.
They are.
And a show of respect.
You can see the respect for each other, both sides out there, and that's good to see.
And if you're Norris, I think it'd be hard not to respect what Scottsbluff's doing to you right now. You might be frustrated, but boy, there's not much to do but tip your cap.
But I think our guys know, hey, this is a different level than we've been playing our last 5 weeks, too.
Harsh is run out of bounds by Deeds. They will spot the football at the I'm going to mark it 42, or checked at the 37. So a gain 30. Looks like they'll put it at the 35, so that'll be a gain. Now they're trying to, I think they've settled on the 36, so a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
They're trying to jip us out of the yard there, Chris.
Diolis lines up to the left of Harsh. Power football coming. Left with Harsh. Harsh tackled on the play that time by Ben Landgren. As Harsh gets inside the 35, they'll mark it at the 32, a gain of 4. And that'll set up 3rd down and fairly short now for the Cats. Caleb Walker and Diolis come off. Krul has not played in the second half, so this means the heavy package is out there. Irregular offensive line, and then you get Travnicek as the wingback. And power dudes like Mogg and Hegum in front of Harsh. This package is big time. Harsh just continues to level defenders on his way towards the red zone to the 24-yard line. He gained 8 more. At this point, it's at a minimum 5 to 8 every carry.
Yeah, and he bounced that one outside and found a nice crease.
Need to find a Northwest Roncalli score here. We'll try and get that done between plays. 1st and 10 for the Cats. They've got it at the Norris 24-yard line. Straight drop. Scottsbluff going to take to the air. Harsh just flicks a wrist. Tosses to Trevor Schwartz near the goal line. Front right corner of the end zone. And incomplete. We'll set up 2nd down and 10. Waverly leads 20-9. Oh, no, never mind. That was Waverly volleyball. 2nd and 10. Ball right hash. Cats have it. Harsh going to come left. Got a crease. And again, Aiden Order in on the tackle, but Harsh able to pick up 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4. Scottsbluff's offensive attack tonight, one of the more vintage Cats ground game performances. I mean, they've had a lot, but this just falls right in line with a ton of others.
Looks like they're waiting to really run the clock down, too. Use the whole play clock.
Harsh behind Smith. Harsh inside the 10. They'll mark him down at the 8.
Mokiak putting bodies on their back.
10 more on the carry for Sebastian Harsh. 40 carries yet? Lost track?
Yeah, it's a line and a half. There's a lot of carries.
What a horse. 35-13, under 7.5 to play. Harsh hesitates, comes back middle, behind Travnicek. Harsh with his 5th rushing touchdown of the night. 7:17 to play in the 4th quarter. A man among boys out here tonight, which is saying something. Sebastian Harsh, 8 yards. Every touchdown tonight, both these teams, has been via the ground game.
On his 43rd carry of the evening.
Snap back, and Caleb Walker's kick is up and good. 7:17 to play. Harsh and the Bearcats lead Norris 40.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Dave's Pharmacy in Alliance and Hemingford. Allo Communications. And by White Creation and Building.
Norris on the kick return out across the 25-yard line. Got a score update. Omaha Roncalli with about halfway through the 3rd quarter, up 34-17 at Northwest. Scoring 34 against Northwest at their place is pretty impressive for Dotzler and the boys.
Dotzler and the boys are for real. You know that from last year, and man.
How excited are you for a week from now already, Mike?
Wow. I mean,
Scottsbluff at Roncalli.
Potential to be a great game.
Unbelievable matchup next week in the semis if things hold here down the stretch. Pitch to Schultz on the option. Pushed out by Shoemaker. Shy of the 35. Mark it at the 34. A gain of 8 for Bryson Schultz. Dotzler and the boys, Harsh and the crew. That might get a lot of people's attention around the state. Second down and 3. Snap to order. The talented quarterback goes over the middle, and he's got a completion out to the 45-yard line. On the grab that time was Ethan Schmidt, the senior. First and 10 for the Norris Titans. Down to 6 minutes and 50 seconds to play in the ball game. Meyer motions out of the backfield. Snap low. Schultz, the running back, picks it up. Mokiak and Jack Darnell combine on the stop after a 1-yard gain for Bryson Schultz.
Good job by Schultz. That ball was bouncing on the ground with the snap, and Schultz did a good job of just fielding it and getting what he could, but good job by Darnell and company to be there, limit the gain.
This front seven is, the Norris coach put it well in our pregame interview. Their front seven has what he called nasty motors. Order steps away from pressure. Gets upfield across the 50, the 45. Darnell drags him down from behind on the stop. And that'll be a gain of 14 yards for Aiden Order, who just keeps playing, doesn't he?
Yeah, you can't help but like him. He keeps playing hard, and he's very talented. We're fortunate we got him down where we got him there. That could have been a bigger gain.
5:45. Clock continues to move here. The outcome of this one is no longer in doubt. Cats up 42-13. Sebastian Harsh has carried 43 times tonight. They got Carney on a crossing route. It's Order stepping up. He'll loft one for Hood. Ball incomplete, overthrown. Shoemaker and Galindo there in the coverage.
You know, Chris, I thought Carney turned upfield a little too soon on that one. That's just my opinion, but I guess I wasn't down there. Looked like it from up here that he started moving toward the line of scrimmage before the ball was snapped, but he must not have.
Current score, Scott leads 41-14. Waverly up 35-14. Roncalli up 34-17. So it would appear the four best teams are sort of flexing their muscles tonight.
They're there for a reason.
Snap to Order. Comes right. And Walker will shove him out of bounds near the 35-yard line, excuse me. That'll be a gain of 6 for Aiden Order. 5 minutes and 15 seconds to play here in the ball game. Scottsbluff has, if they are trending, continuing to trend, I don't
like where they're headed.
My goodness, this is.
We just got to get our guys healthy. We got to make sure Josiah's healthy. You got to get Jacob Krull back. We got to keep Harsh healthy. If we keep everybody healthy, anything can happen.
This is a scary bunch. Order's going to get a big gainer down to around the 19, and we're going to get a late flag here. I'm not sure. Are they saying he slid? And then I can't tell. Harsh is flabbergasted that this call's going to go against either him or one of his teammates targeting his
shot
call.
To the head.
Yeah. And the officiating crew getting an earful from the Scottsbluff sideline.
So was that about a
15-yard run for Order? 41-17, Roncalli pouring it on with Dotzler at Northwest. That's a Northwest team that held Scottsbluff to 18 points earlier this year. And Dotzler and the crew, if you think back to the game last year, Mike, everybody knows the story, but before he went out,
he was chewing us up.
The 4 touchdown passes were to 4 different players. Aiden Order is a baller. Touchdown pass goes to Ethan Schmidt on a 10-yard strike. Aiden Order can play, man. This guy's good.
That he is.
Order to Schmidt, covering 10 yards. And they will line up and kick the PAT, it would appear.
You still just can't get comfortable. I can't. I mean, I know it's a nice lead and all, but the way he plays and the talent he has, they're an onside kick away from, boom, another quick score. And I got to keep playing.
Order, straight drop, he'll go for 2. He's got Hood, easy completion on an out route in the end zone. And it's 42-21, a 3-touchdown lead. And we'll keep it right here. 42-21, 4:53 left in this one. So Roncalli with a 41 spot at Northwest is pretty impressive. That Northwest defense had studs at all 3 levels. Tough, physical.
What was that D lineman's name?
Grady Grease.
Yeah, Grease.
State champ in wrestling.
Phenomenal player.
Coach Hall said coming into the year he expected him to be an all-class, all-stater. Super-stater.
He's that caliber of player.
But the passing game of Roncalli spreads you out, and
the RPO was killer.
Yeah.
The way Dotzler could do, and the best thing that we have going for them against Roncalli is they don't have Alex Rogers, but they have his little brother.
And so, Coach Hall told me last night at practice that the younger brother might wind up being better than Alex was.
Yeah, because Alex him and Dotzler had some chemistry.
At a moment's notice, they had the dump off.
Yeah.
I mean, if everything went wrong, if everything broke down and the play got to its worst for Roncalli, Dotzler could find Rogers. Just boom. And that was on top of all their talented kids out in the passing game.
Yeah.
Running routes. So Friday night can't get here soon enough. It's going to be the most talked about game leading up to next Friday, I believe, in the entire state.
And a little extra hype will go with how that went last year, I bet, as well. Great run by Caleb.
Caleb Walker across the midfield stripe to the 40, inside the Norris 30. And they will mark the football at the 26-yard line. A pickup of 31 yards for Caleb Walker, who gets loose around the left edge. And that's the longest run of the night, I think, for Scottsbluff.
That was a great run by Caleb. Hit the hole hard, good blocking by the line, and Caleb used his speed and got upfield. Big gain.
Going back and look at some of the highlights from last week, he ran through some Alliance kids.
Oh, he ran with a purpose. There's no doubt about that. And that looked a lot just like that run.
Snap to Harsh. They'll put it in the belly of number 2 again. Walker this time going to be gobbled up.
And he's
Stays
not stopping.
on his feet.
Yeah.
Leg drive continues. He's finally tackled at the 22. Gain of 4 for, and we'll call it 3 for Caleb Walker. It'll set up 2nd down and 7. Under 5 minutes, under 4.5 minutes to play in the ball game tonight. An absolutely vintage performance for Scottsbluff.
This is like the most beautiful temperature for a November playoff game I think I've ever been around, Chris.
Yeah, this is
pretty nice.
This is great. Hand off to Diola. Stutter steps. He's across the 20, down inside the 22, around the 17. 5 on the carry for Josiah. It'll be 3rd down and 1, under 3 minutes and 50 seconds to play. I can't wait to get Coach Hall's opinion on what he saw from the sideline tonight. This is the best, in my opinion, this team has looked all season.
I would say toughness is one thing. The way that our line is blocking and as good a defense as Norris has, and we're dominating them up front, I'd be pretty darn happy if I was a coach seeing all that.
Sebastian Harsh picks up 6 to the 10. He might get 6 rushing touchdowns here. He's got 5
He might have 50 carries.
He might. What a performance.
He's at 44 carries right now.
44 carries. Missed a game and a half with a knee injury. Some kids are just built differently. Hand off to Caleb Walker. Walker shoots through a gap. Another huge hole carved out by the offensive line. Walker tackled at the 2, a gain of 8. A wild 6-man score. We saw this earlier. Bill checks in 78-72. Harvard beat Sioux County. So Barry Swisher's crew, a long road trip, and they hang 72 and can't get a win. 6-man football for the Sioux County Warriors. A tough loss this afternoon. Cats have it 2nd and goal from the 2. Harsh. They will hand it to Walker, and Walker will walk in. Harsh has 5 rushing touchdowns. 1 tonight from Diolis, and now 1 for Caleb Walker. The onslaught continues with the running game. 2:09 to play. And Scottsbluff has gone up 48-21. I think you can exhale now, Mike.
I don't know. I'm inhaling to keep people healthy, get them through the game. We want to be full strength against Roncalli next week.
Penalty. Offsides against Norris. I think they want to know if the kick was good. They'll decline the penalty. No, I think the kick, the whistle came before the kick, so they'll have to kick it again. Caleb Walker on. Be a 7-point drive for Walker. Scored the sixer and kicks the 1-pointer. 49-21. Scottsbluff will head to Omaha Roncalli for an epic clash 1 week from tonight. We remember it well. Jack Dotzler and the Crimson Pride, simply put, were just shredding Scottsbluff last year. There were no answers. And then he broke his wrist on a scramble, and everything changed on a dime, and the score wound up 62-36 with that tremendous second half comeback. Keegan Reichschneider balled out and had himself a night. Chris Busby went nuts in the second half, and Scottsbluff just ran away from the Pride with Dotzler out of the lineup. They had to move Rogers to quarterback, and they really didn't run Rogers from the QB spot, which was a little surprising. This kick going to bounce it around the 7, picked up by Layden at the 5, and tackled shy of the 15-yard line. Caden Shoemaker and Alex Galindo. Galindo's also a tackling machine.
Yeah, that was
special teams.
That was really good coverage by the kick coverage team that time. Getting down there, use their speed, and the return man tried to kind of take it up a middle return, and our guys used their speed to get there and shut it down.
Down to the final 2 minutes and 3 seconds in this one.
Chris, I have to interject. Wayne High School Blue Devils are 58 seconds away from going to the semis for the first time in school history. So, proud papa up here of the crew.
Outstanding stuff. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll take one with them. We'll come back. Cats up big on the West Coast scoreboard. Did I screw up? Does this break? Appreciate it. Aiden Order taking a shot. We're going to get a pass interference call against James Bruner.
And that's okay.
He was stride for stride with C.J. Hood. Order threw that ball 50 yards in the air, and it was right on the money.
Yeah, so 45 yards downfield there to 50. And I'm glad it's not the NFL and a spot foul. It's 15 yards, so we're going to be in pretty good shape.
Harsh, Clarkson, and Mokiak are sitting on the bench. I think they've earned that.
I would agree with you there, Chris.
When we get to the Runs of Postgame show, there's just not anywhere going to be close to enough time to talk about individually every kid that really stood out tonight. So,
and you know what's great is the Bearcats have a team. I mean, they have a lot of guys that contributed. Yeah, Sebastian ran the ball, but he had some great guys opening up holes for him. Defense has played really good and made stops when they need to.
Ethan Schmidt on a reception, 21 to midfield, and then another 15, so a gain of 36 as Order just continues to play the game of football here tonight with 1 minute and 43 seconds to play.
He's not shutting her down, is he?
The amount of talent on this Scottsbluff team, OD or each level, D-line, O-line, backs, linebackers, quarterback, lot of talent. Bad snap, Order picks it up. Of course, he's going to look to make a play. Runs forward, tackled by Evan Hegum. Hegum wanted a sack. It's going to be a 1-yard gain.
Well, that was a great job by Evan of not overrunning it, because he came upfield hard and he could have overran it really easy, but he broke down, got his center gravity low, stayed with it, and able to keep it to a real minimal gain. He could have came upfield too hard, and Order would have blew by him.
It'll be Waverly at Scott in a rematch of a semifinal from a year ago. And it'll be Scottsbluff at Roncalli in a rematch of the epic quarterfinal matchup here. Order straight drop. He's going to roll out to his right. Order. He's going to fire. Got Van Brocklin down at around the 12-yard line. We'll see where they mark it at the 11. A gain of 23 more for Aiden Order to Noah Van Brocklin. Under a minute to play in the game.
He kind of likes Van Brocklin, too. I'd say, he's hit Kearney for 4. He's hit C.J. Hood for 5, and he's hit Van Brocklin for 4 as well. So, got some nice receivers.
Skill kids for Norris are really good. It's been the trench play tonight that has been an overwhelming advantage for the Cats. They love that out route. Good job by James Bruner.
Wow.
Undercut it.
James played that well.
Even something like that the coaching staff can go to on film to show a kid like James Bruner, look what you did on this play. Because they're just thinking ahead to next week. You're going to need to go in with all the belief and confidence that you can.
Yep.
49-21. Scottsbluff rolling here against Norris. A trip to Roncalli on tap a week from today. Good stuff. Order straight drop. He'll fire. And overshoots his intended receiver right down the middle in the end zone. That was James Kearney. 45 seconds to play. Cats up by 28. Sebastian Harsh back from injury and back with authority. Got a hand on the shoulder of athletic trainer James Buck. Probably tell him, I had this all week long, James. Order, handoff, and on the carry is Houseman, lowers his shoulder, tries to run over Galindo, who stuck his beak in there and made the tackle. So a gain of 10 down to the 1. It'll be first and goal now for Norris. Clock shows 38 seconds. Order will go under center. Meyer behind him, and dot in the I is Hausman. They'll give it to Meyer, who lowers his shoulder, and he's into the end zone for a touchdown with 21 seconds to play. Dylan Meyer, a 1-yard run. And they will send on Williams once again to attempt the extra point. And the kick from Williams splits the uprights. We'd be remiss tonight if we did not mention the scary scene last night in Sterling for Cougar volleyball coach Benny Canales, who collapsed coming out of a third set timeout. Was taken to a hospital there in Sterling, moved to Denver. Not sure if it was overnight or this morning for further testing. A tough scene, obviously, for Coach Canales. We hope he's feeling better and getting back to better health. And also tough on the young ladies on the Cougar volleyball squad that had to have had to watch that occur and then somehow get back to business today and play some volleyball at the Region 9 tourney. They got swept by Otero, came back to beat McCook in a 3-set sweep, and they'll play at noon tomorrow in an elimination match. A quick little pooch kick called for an onside, or called for a fair catch, did James Bruner. And the Cats will get in victory formation, and this one will be over here in a matter of moments. But wishing the best for Coach Canales and his recovery for Cougar volleyball. 20 seconds to go. And it's a 49-21 lead for the Bearcats. Victory formation. A tremendous effort tonight from the Cats in all phases of the football game. Harsh will take a knee, and that's going to do it. A lot of respect right now between these two teams. Good sportsmanship. Kids played hard, both sidelines tonight. Norris never tossed the towel in. Cats win it here tonight in the Class B quarterfinals, 49-28 behind Sebastian Harsh on the offensive line, and another excellent defensive performance when they needed it in the first half. We'll have the Runs of Post-Game show coming up. Cats win big by 21 on the West Coast scoreboard.
Bye, Mom. Have fun.
Maybe next weekend.
Don't put off till next weekend what you can enjoy doing today. With the affordable John Deere 3E Series, you can handle any job on your property and turn that chore list from to-do to done.
Looks like we had nothing to worry about.
Nothing runs like a Deere.
Visit 21st Century Equipment in Alliance, Torrington, Scottsbluff, and Bridgeport, or visit 21stcenturyequipment.com.
Changing leaf colors means yard work. Your friends at Tri-City Stormwater wants to remind you of the proper way to dispose of fallen leaves. Leaves make great mulch for trees and bushes and compost for future gardens. The city also has yard waste bins, so they can dispose of all your leaves at the city compost facility. Always keep your leaves out of the gutters. Not only do they cause clogging and flooding, they can pollute our waterways by causing nutrient overload. So keep your yard looking good and your drinking water safe, because it's our water, our responsibility.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Amazing. A 49-28 home win over the Norris Titans. Mike will get to some pretty incredible post-game statistics here in just a few minutes. I'm not going to spoil his party too much, but Sebastian Harsh had 44 rushing attempts tonight. Wait till you hear some of the other numbers that go along with those 44 attempts for Sebastian Harsh, who is something else. This team tonight is something else. Let's give you the scoring rundown. A lot of it. First quarter, order a 2-yard touchdown run. He is a tremendous football player for Norris. 7-0 early. Cats really just took control from that point on. Late first quarter, Harsh a 2-yard touchdown, 7-7. Early second, Harsh from 4 yards, 13-7. 5:42 left to play in the half. Harsh from 16 yards. He ran it in for the two-point conversion as well, 21-7. We move to the third quarter. More Harsh, 4-yard touchdown run, 28-7 in the lead. Then Schultz broke off a 42-yard run for Norris to cut the deficit to 15 at 28-13. Josiah Diolas really bucked up tonight, not 100%. And with Jacob Krull out of the game in the second half, Diolas carried the load from the running back spot. He gets a 14-yard TD. 35-13. We move to the fourth. Harsh again, an 8-yard run. Order connects with Schmidt. Ethan Schmidt, a 10-yard touchdown pass. Then Caleb Walker, a 2-yard run, made it 49-23. Made it 49-21, and then Meyer, a late touchdown run for Norris, made it 49-28. Scottsbluff dominant effort tonight here at home as they win it 49-28. We'll come back with more on the Runs of Post-Game show right after this.
Known previously as Angela's Bridal and Boutique in downtown Scottsbluff, now tuxedos and men's formal wear by Angela's. Brought to you by Weborg 21 Center. We are excited to offer you more one-on-one customer service. Whether you need a tux for the wedding, a suit for the office, or you're just ready to step up your everyday fashion. And don't forget our second location. Angela's Boutique is now located at Bianco & Company in downtown Scottsbluff, still empowering women to look and feel their most confident. The same great boutique, now just down the street.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Care Heilbrunn and find out how you can start saving today. It's just another way. We're here to help life go right.
A tremendous showing tonight for Scottsbluff. We'll get a check on the post-game numbers right now, brought to you by Arby's, the meat crafters throughout western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. And some of this stuff will be some jaw-dropping stuff, Mike.
It's amazing how even the stats were again in total yards. Titans had 209 rushing, 278 passing, so that's a really nice balance. They ended with 487 total yards. The Bearcats, on the other hand, ended up with 493 total yards, so 6 yards difference, Chris. Bearcat rushing tonight, 69 carries for 451 yards. And you want to hear the leader?
I think Coach Hall's in the booth. Give him the numbers.
Sebastian Harsh, 44 carries, 293 yards. And then the balance with the other guys is very beneficial as well. Krull had 11 carries for 45 yards, all in the first half. Diolas had 9 carries for 66 yards, all in the second half.
Not 100%, really showing some heart.
Caleb Walker with some big runs in the second half. He had 5 carries for 47 yards. And then the passing game, we tried 1 pass in the second half, and that was it. But ended up 2 for 4 for 42 yards, so 493 total for the Bearcats. Again, 487 total for the Titans.
Time to visit with head coach Judd Hall. Coach, I think Mike and I ran out of adjectives for your quarterback and also your football team tonight. This was vintage Scottsbluff. This was as good as you've looked all season. Are all of those things correct?
I would say so. Yep. That's what we wanted to do. I mean, I don't think we need to change anything going forward. I think we understand who we are, and that's what we're going to show up and do. We're going to play bend but don't break defense, make big plays when we needed to, and then offense, we want to play ball control, keep it away from a potent offense, and I think we were able to do that.
Walking around the walkthrough last night, having watched your team all season, knowing the type of kids you have, the one word that I think describes your football team to a T is rugged. You just got a bunch of guys that are just rugged guys.
Yeah, we talked about all week, Coach McLean talked about all week about being the toughest team. I think we wanted to be the mentally toughest team, and respond to situations. You know, if they were going to make plays, they're a good team. How you respond to those situations, but then more importantly, we wanted to be the most physical team, and I think we were that. I think I had a hunch in the first half. They brought 4 subs in and took a timeout. I think it was right between maybe the first and second quarter. Brought 4 subs in and took a timeout, and I told our guys right then, I said, hey, we have them right where we want them. They're gassed already. They're bringing subs in because they couldn't stop us at that point. So
Coach,
we were just going power, and it was pretty special.
I'm going to have to get my both hands out and take my shoes off to count on all my fingers and toes the numbers of times that I watched our offensive linemen just bury some of their guys on the ground and then help them back up. But there were, between Clarkson and Mokiak, those guys were putting some people down tonight.
They dominated the left side tonight. They tried a number of different combinations of defensive linemen and linebackers on that side, and it really didn't matter what they put over there. Jack, Sam, Terrence, and then with Creighton leading up, or the kick out on that side, it was pretty dominating side over there for us. So, but those guys have been that way all year, and some of those guys have been that way for a couple years now for us. I talked to the seniors before the game. This group of seniors is 31-3 since they've come into our program. No, 32-3 since they've come into our program as sophomores. They're winners. They know how to win, and hopefully they have another one next week for us.
You told me last night at practice after looking at some more film that you thought the heavy package was going to be a big thing for you tonight. That clearly was. We have to talk about number 4 right now. Some kids are just built differently. They have different things that make him exactly what he is, which is a superstar talent, and he comes back off injury. Mike gave the numbers. What do you say about a kid like Sebastian Harsh, who's just one of the best we've ever seen?
Well, I wish I wouldn't have gave it to him 44 times. I didn't know that.
well, what else? And Chris and I talked about what are you going to do when your top 2 running backs are out for an extended period of time in the second half? Diolis is on the sideline. Cruel's not playing. You dance with who brung you.
And they weren't the breakaway runs. It was just slamming it, do it some more.
Yep, they were the tough ones in between the tackles, so he's going to be sore tomorrow morning. But, you know, he's a great player. He makes plays, and he's smart. You know, there were a couple times there in the fourth quarter when we needed a drive or needed a first down. He stayed inside instead of trying to go outside and get tackled behind the line of scrimmage. So he made some real smart runs along with making the tough runs too. So that's a benefit to having him back there for the second year. He even played a little bit at quarterback as a sophomore when we needed him. So he's been in the offense. He understands what we're trying to accomplish, and he was a tough kid tonight.
What's it like on the sideline with the team, the kids, the coaches, when he just keeps doing it over and over and over, and the offensive line's doing what they do? I mean, what's the vibe like down there?
Well, you know, we've said since we started this year that we thought our offensive and defensive lines were the strength of our team, and I think that was very evident tonight that they were the best units on the field, offensive and defensive lines. So the vibe is to follow the big guys up front. I mean, that's simple as that. We're going to line up, we're going to come at you, and we're going to follow our big guys who have done it time and time again, and hopefully they can do it one more time for us.
And that next time will come with a long road trip after Omaha Roncalli just shredded Northwest tonight. Last we saw was 42-17 in Grand Island. Dotzler and the crew. We don't need to recap last year's game, one of the more epic games I think any of us have ever witnessed or been a part of. Scottsbluff, Roncalli, a week from tonight, Coach.
Yep. Well, I mean, playing the semifinals, I'd take a bus trip to California to play in the semifinals. It really doesn't matter if you're going to Omaha or if they have to come here or if you're going to California.
You're missing the point. Let's talk about Roncalli.
Well, talk about Roncalli. They're going to be I know they're going to be a extremely well coached team. They're going to execute their game plan just like they did last year. They're going to be fast. They're going to play a 3-5-3 defense. They're going to go 2-by-2. And throw the ball all over Heck, and then run speed option with Dotzler and the younger Rogers kid. They have a tremendous sophomore offensive lineman, defensive lineman. They got great outside linebackers in the Fernando kid and the Orr kid. So it's going to be I can't wait to watch the game tonight from their film. I'll go home and watch that tonight, get started right away since we lose that day of preparation on Thursday because of the travel. So I'll start a day earlier. But it's if you're playing in the semifinals, who really cares where the game's at? You got a chance. You're one game away from playing in Memorial Stadium again. So it doesn't matter where you have to go, what you have to do. You got to be mentally tough to get on the bus, travel down the road, practice in a different place, stay in a hotel, get up and go play football.
Little team bonding never hurt anybody.
Nope. Since I've been here, we've traveled to Crete to play a playoff game. We've traveled to Gretna to play a playoff game. We've traveled to Beatrice to play a playoff game. York twice.
Coach is fired up.
It doesn't matter. I'm excited for the opportunity. Excited for our kids, man. When your kids put in the work, it's nice for them to be rewarded and get an opportunity to be one game away from playing in Memorial Stadium again.
The storylines heading into next week, too many to count. It is sure to be the most talked about game on the schedule statewide next week. Scottsbluff at Roncalli. The respect level between all the kids, the two programs after everything that went down here last year. I mean, this is going to be big time, and I can tell Coach is excited. Mike and I, we talked about it the entire fourth quarter.
Should we go down tomorrow, Chris?
Coach, I mean, this was a special performance tonight from you, your staff, and your kids. Enjoy it for at least a few minutes before you get that film on, and then have a great week of preparation, and looking forward to talking next week.
Absolutely. It sounds good. We'll be ready for sure. Thanks a lot.
I believe it. Mike, do you? They'll be ready?
No doubt.
We'll come back with more right after this on the Runs the Postgame Show.
At TC & More in Scottsbluff, we have toys and puzzles for your children, or they make a great gift. TC & More has craft activities, pretend play toys, and dozens of puzzles and games for all ages. We also have the largest supply of Melissa and Doug toys. And we still carry all of your classroom essentials. Remember to like TC & More on Facebook. TC & More, 1621 Broadway, beautiful downtown Scottsbluff.
You may look forward to spending the seasons with family in your home, but not when these critters come knocking on your door. That's where Benzel Pest Control saves the day. Family owned since 1976, we provide prompt, professional, and efficient services to keep your home or business safe and secure all year round.
With 3 generations and more than 4 decades of service to the Nebraska Panhandle and Southeast Wyoming, Benzel Pest Control is the only name in all seasons pest defense.
Excellent stuff tonight. Just wrapping up visit with Coach Hall. Handshakes all around up here in the booth. Cats look outstanding. We could list off 20 kids, Mike, and talk for a couple minutes on each and probably still not get to every kid that is a standout player on this team. They got something special happening right now, don't they?
You're not kidding. And the numbers, flabbergasting for 11-man football. I've seen 293 yards rushing in 8-man football before, but I don't think I've seen that in 11-man football. That's amazing.
Sebastian is just something else. I mean, we were talking with Coach Hall. He is just one of the best that we have ever seen, period. It is just where we're at right now with number 4 coming off an injury. Back to wrap things up, Waverly will play at Scott, and Scottsbluff will head to Roncalli. So Omaha's the place to be for Class B football a week from tonight. What a wild scene it's going to be the 4 heavyweights showed out tonight, proved they belong, and now it's time for a couple throwdowns.
You bet. Let's get ready to rumble, as they'd say.
We'll come back and get to our Taco John's player of the game right after this on the Runs the Postgame Show on the Rural Radio Network.
Tonight's game on KNEB.TV is brought to you in part by Family Built Homes. Consumers Cooperative Credit Union. And by Scottsbluff Body and Paint.
On April 15, 1924, West Nebraska Methodist Episcopal Hospital, the region's first modern hospital, opened in downtown Scottsbluff. The goal was to provide the care residents needed close to home, and it's never changed. For 95 years, we've continued to provide exceptional health care for generations of families throughout our region as a community hospital, a regional referral center, and a Level 2 trauma center. Thank you for trusting your health care to Regional West Medical Center.
Back to wrap it all up tonight, a tremendous high school football game and performance for Scottsbluff High, a 49-28 victory at home tonight over the Norris High Titans. Scottsbluff 11-0. The top seed marches on into the Class B quarterfinals, where they will square off with Jack Dotzler and the crew from Omaha, Ron Colley. Tom Casing, their head coach. I believe last year when I visited with Coach Casing, he said he was just 27 years old. So a young coach, innovative. The RPOs will be cranking. Jake McLean, as good as he has really got to have his work cut out for him. He might not sleep until after next Friday night.
You heard Coach Hall. They're going to get started tomorrow already because they lose that travel day on Thursday having to go. So they'll enjoy this one tonight, but come tomorrow, it's semi-final preparation time already. And don't think that they haven't had a little bit of a clue about them already. Right. Yep.
Scottsbluff at Ron Colley, folks. It is going to be something special 1 week from tonight. We're looking forward to it. We know you guys are. I want to thank everybody involved with the broadcast tonight, from TJ and Jonas and Javi and Onathan with our TV crew. Great job. Back at the studio, Mercedes. A bunch of the folks involved all week long. We've got a brand new venture. Glad to have everybody on board, and really looking forward to heading east, get to Omaha, set up shop at Ron Colley High next week, and watch it all go down between the Bearcats and the Crimson Pride. Not only great football, great uniform game coming up next week.
Oh, yeah. You got to love those unis.
So for Mike, I'm Chris. Hope you enjoyed things tonight. Scottsbluff was outstanding from start to finish. A tremendous victory, 49-28. That's a wrap from Bearcat Stadium tonight. We'll talk to you a week from tonight in Omaha. So long and good night from Bearcat Stadium.